Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Dungeons and Dragons: The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. This is episode 9, where our team has made it to the Fey Realm, and they're hanging out in a place called Hither. How you doing, team? Y'all doing okay today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You ready for
I
some,
am.
ready for some swamp exploration? Some more muck?
Dude,
No,
I
this
just-
Go to
place is
sleep.
fucking horrible. I hate it here.
I just got out of an ethics class. I'm ready to do everything the opposite of it learned.
Dude, I'm barely wading through this fucking water.
That's
Yeah,
right. She's tired of water.
you guys haven't rested since we started the campaign, I think. It's been 9 episodes. Well, this will be 9 episodes.
9 hours of candy,
Yeah, that-
festivities, and shenanigans.
Yeah,
I'm
And like
cranky.
20 hours of gameplay and no rest.
Cranky,
I've
I'm
been
wet.
awake for at least 9 weeks straight.
I don't even think we
Toby's
rest
full of
before
mud.
coming.
It's awful.
Phrasing.
Well, how about one of you tell us what went down last time, specifically last session after you guys arrived? Quite a few things happened, I believe. Who wants to talk about it?
Man, this place sucks.
Is that
So-
He sounds like a volunteer right there. Is that a volunteer?
Yeah,
That was the recap.
Oh,
yeah. That was the whole recap. That's it. That's all you get.
well, go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so we came in on this bridge thing, and geez, like looking down, like we already had to climb down to get to this bottom floor of the swamp area, and it wasn't too bad in the beginning, and then the water came up to like my neck, and it's just like the worst here. Stovey's full of mud. I just I don't even know what to do anymore. And then we came upon this well. It was kind of freaky. And there's some weird stuff happening with that well. We'll get back to that in a second. I almost forgot about these hairs. Jeez. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't know that Larry was so violent. Like, these hairs wanted to beat us up because we wouldn't give them, like our favorite memory or something or other. And then Larry's just like, oh, instead of scaring them away, I'm just gonna resort to violence. Anyways. We eventually scare them off. And find out that the rules have changed a little bit in the Fey Realm. I know a little bit about the Fey Realm, but not much. Let's see. I sold my name, so now my name is Snowdrop, which is pretty cool, I guess. And then, as far as the rules go, we figured out that ownership has changed. So there's no stealing, but people are able to steal right now. So
Do you
Not
remember how many
really
rules
sure.
were there?
there are 3 rules. The rule of hospitality. When a friend or enemy or enters a home, you must be hospitable. Reciprocity.
Bless you.
Thank you. When offered a gift, you must offer another gift in return. And then the rule of ownership. Ownership has changed, and now there's stealing. There was no stealing. And now something's changed. We don't know what's wrong with that yet. Let's see. We learned of a town called Agdian Longscarf. Wait, Agdian
Town,
Longs. No. That's a person. I'm sorry, that's a person. But they were telling us to go north to Brigand's Tollway, which is a town, and we are in Hither. See what else? Oh, back to that well. There were 4 spirits there. They don't know how they died, and they can't leave the well. But every once in a while, all this water just starts spewing out of this well. what's up with that? And then it like goes away for a bit, and then it's nice again, ish, and then it's horrible all over again. Rick got like a chess piece, some wooden teeth, really gross. Sal got some rat toy, and a tasseled wine charm shaped like a sprite. I don't know what's up with all that stuff, but we'll figure that later, I'm sure. And Jebek was the one who told us about Agdian Longscarf. Apparently that's his leader or something. Did I get that right?
Long scarf, yeah. You got a long scarf with your
is
arms.
the leader. That's what it was. And Jebek's new name is Brightlight. There you go. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's just to touch that up. Go ahead.
Before all of this shit, we saw an airship crash.
There we go.
That's where we're headed, and that's how we got into all these shenanigans. Sorry. Jeez.
Okay, so yeah, that's a pretty good recap. Just to hone in on those wells a little bit, the water has been fluctuating up and down from just to the bottom of your shoes and being mucky to about 3 feet deep at random intervals. It's very sudden. It's very quick. You discovered the reason, likely why, as you ran to a well that's just gushing water. You may find out more about that or not, but that's a good recap, Baka. You can go ahead and have inspiration for the evening. And hopefully everyone's all nice and caught up. If not, we're about to find out, aren't we? Because it's time to jump over to the game.
It's time to do.
So let's go ahead and set the scene for you guys again. So, all of you just got done dealing with this gushing well. These small wisp-like creatures appeared out of nowhere once one of you got a little curious. You interacted with it, found some trinkets. Were very, very determined to barter for them, for your own reasons, I'm sure. And you've left them in with goodwill. They seemed fairly friendly and polite. And as you guys are walking away from the gushing well, you're discussing where to go next.
I'll sign on later.
That airship-like thing, that I think a balloon, it could have been, crashed not too far from you guys. It looked like it crashed into some sort of tower, and you may be heading there next, but that's up to you guys. What do you do?
That's where we were headed. That's literally where we had left off. We were heading that direction.
Are we trying to find that walking in though? I'm trying to get a beer.
No, we were trying to find the. We were trying to help the airship.
We were kind of doing both. I think we were trying to go to the balloon first, though.
Let's go to the balloon. It was north, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Let's go.
So you guys start heading north, hopefully still on the right track, getting a little sidetracked by this gushing well and whatnot. As you're walking through this terrain, the water, it was a little bit high before, as you were near that gushing well. It has sunken down low again as it gets more and more shallow until it's comfy to walk briefly. Baka, you are just straight waterlogged, having been trudging through this the whole time. You've been soaked. It's surprising you're not feeling after effects from it, but you're just soaking wet. So is Stovey. Everyone else, the bottom of your pants are a bit mucky, but you're all right for the most part. As you are traversing towards the hopefully where you saw that balloon land or crash, you encounter something a bit odd, just laying on the ground in front of you between some trees. Let me show you what that looks like. If I could find it. There it is. Oh, and I didn't put you guys' tokens on there. Let me grab you. You see a raft just sitting in the mud right now in front of you.
Hey, look, a raft.
Well, that's at least. Is there anything else around here? This is a swampy area, right?
Yeah, it's a very swampy area. You're in the more deep muddish area of it, and there's just a raft sitting over there.
I was gonna say, it kind of looks like we're
Eh.
in the river, or
Uh,
what would have been a river, or maybe a creek.
I do my best to get as much mud off of me as I possibly can.
Sure. You brush up
And-
as much as you can. Get brush off.
Get
Water was
out-
low right now, right?
Get as much mud as I can out of Stovey.
Yeah, the water's drained at the moment, and the raft is it's not floating at all. It's literally just stuck in mud right now.
The raft probably floats when the water raises again.
This is the worst.
Actually, Baka, you might be able to use the raft to stay above the water when it goes up.
Yeah, we
That's
could pull it
stealing.
along behind us.
Yeah.
There are 3
it
rules.
stealing?
Hey, how do these trees look? They look like they're breakable.
Wet, swampy. I don't think swamp trees. I'm sure every tree's breakable, right?
Well,
Enough for sure.
Great. Well, that's deep, man.
I wonder if someone just recently got off it because the water went down. Am I able to look around the raft to see if I see any like footprints of any kind?
Yeah, I wanted to do that too. I wanted to like look around and go to the raft.
Absolutely. Where are you trying to look? Near the raft?
Yeah, like I'll look around the raft to see if I see any footprints on it going off in the distance.
If you want any chance of succeeding a chance to see those footprints, you'll have to go a little closer.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I want to like as we're going along though too, like just see if there's any tracks going the way we're coming from.
Okay, both of you
used...
make a
Follow
perception
along.
check.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So
Old Earth. Would you agree that
Wow.
mud is Earth?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, mud is it's infused. It's like earth with water. Yeah, so it's a bit of earth.
Hell yeah. I use mold Earth over and over again until me and Stovey are as demudded as possible.
Do you have is it thaumaturgy or prestidigitation? There is a cantrip that just cleans you. As a wizard,
I don't have that.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, you.
I also mend Stovey as best I can because I know he's probably a little bit having problems.
Yeah, he's been sloshing along too.
Most of my focus is going to be on him rather than me.
All right. Well, you mold earth and you start getting some of the mud off you while brushing it off as well and cleaning out Stovey. It takes a little bit of time because you're essentially cleaning yourselves with a very unorthodox
Here,
method. But
let me link these. We did it link.
yeah, you're essentially just controlling a bit of stone or dirt and shaping it how you want. And I assume you're shaping it into chunks that fall off. Larian. Searching around the raft. Well, first I can say, Richard, you don't see. You see like clobs of mud, just unevenly shaped everywhere. You can't tell what's a footprint and what's not. Larian, it looks like you don't really see any footprints per se. You definitely see holes around the raft. Some shallow, some a little bit deeper, but they're very small, maybe fist-sized.
how many of them?
You see about 7.
Then there's like a haphazard circle around the raft.
Yeah, just like one right here, one a little bit more off to the side, one around here, just all randomly around the raft.
Wonder what these holes were.
Do they look like they could belong to a Heron gun? If they were footprints?
Larian, you point the holes out to Sal, I'm guessing?
Yeah. I point out, hey guys, check out these holes. I wonder what these from.
More than anything, it looks like some things may have tunneled here at some point. Something very small.
Oh, like something's in.
You said they're like
ground?
fist-sized holes, right?
Yep.
Some kind of worm, maybe.
Can I make some kind of like a nature check or something to see if I might be able to tell what it is?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Make a nature check. Just the way these holes are made, it's really hard to tell because of the water rising and falling has shifted so much here. The only thing that's left is just the indention in the ground itself. But just based on your druidic nature, you can tell that whatever made these holes, it was a long time ago.
These have been here a long time.
A long time, huh?
Yeah.
You think they're still here?
No.
In the Fey realm, probably. In this immediate area, probably not.
I think we're safe to take this raft if we want. I don't see any immediate owners.
Who's lugging the raft around? I know I'm not.
Yeah, how heavy is this raft? I want to like walk up to it and just try and pick it up off the ground and see what it feels like.
You try to pick it up? All right. Let's see. So you try to lift up the raft, and tell me, do you know how much weight you can lift, Larian?
But I know, like, is that like my...
It's your
Like, how
strength
mu-
score times a certain number. I forget myself. Let me check.
I know I'm holding at least 62 pounds right now.
Damn, dude.
You can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity, or 30 times your strength score.
My carrying capacity... Oh, okay, I can push, drag, or lift 390 pounds.
And that's what's your carrying capacity?
5 pounds. I found where it is in D&D Beyond.
Oh, you got it. Okay. So this sucker is heavy. As you start lifting it, you think this thing weighs at least 300 pounds, but you're able to start lifting it off the ground, and as you start sinking into it a bit.
Yeah, I didn't pull it very far. I just kind of wanted to, just lift it and get an idea.
Okay.
It's not heavy. It might be a little tough to drag. I don't know if anything, we could wait for a while if the water comes back up, and then maybe use it. But I don't think we just carry it around.
It's not a bad idea.
Is there anything underneath of it?
Just more muck and mud.
Is this raft big enough for all four of us to stand on it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Including the stove?
It
Sure, I
is
guess, you know, 5
a
of us.
more accurately is an 8-foot square wooden raft. So you all could fit on it. It's just gonna be hugging distance.
That'd be real close.
All right, put the stove and the halfling on the edge.
I guess.
Wait. Why?
You can have this edge, just in case we gotta push you off or something.
What the fuck?
Doc, get over here. We're gonna...
If we gotta move faster, we gotta lose some weight.
Wait, before we decide to take a raft, we need something to direct ourselves, or we're just gonna be.
No. We're gonna address this right now. This man just suggested that if y'all need to move faster, you're just gonna push my ass and my stove off.
Yeah, I mean that too.
He was joking.
What?
If anything, I would get off. I can walk easily in the water. It's fine.
And we're
Can't go
just
that fast.
screaming this over the swamp. I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, you haven't
Well,
moved
we
closer, so you're yelling.
Yeah, no, I'm over here. I'm over here fixing my stove.
We need to make some kind of row or
Yeah,
something in order to move us when the water comes up and direct us.
That's a good point. Let's look for some sticks. Are we really gonna wait here though for the water to come up?
How clean
I mean, I'm cool
am
just
I
going.
and Stovey right now?
You're not
Oh,
necessarily
I-
clean, but the mud's off of you.
I guess I could use my pixie dust on her so she can just fly. Oh wait, it only lasts for a minute. No, it only lasts for.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
It's certainly not a good idea.
So, how do you know this doesn't belong to someone?
Water starts to gather around all of your shoes.
Oh boy, and I immediately take my pot of stuff and put it right back over my head.
Wait, get over here on the raft.
I look around. Do I see any sticks that are
Yeah,
big,
I'm gonna look
like
over
that I
in the
can use for
opposite
like a row?
Make a survival check. Both of you, if you're looking for a stick. The
Look on
water
the other
starts
side if you look
to.
over there.
Oh god.
There's literally no sticks anywhere, Rick.
Okay.
I find
I
a
guess me
I find a
and
twig.
Snowy get on.
Rick, you actually find a fairly long stick lying in the mud. It's about to be covered. Larian, you find one that's about maybe 7 feet long as well.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, I got the stick. Let's go.
I also got a stick.
And the water's now up to your
I
shins.
pick up the stick and I take it with me.
I'm gonna like stand next to the raft and what's it like? Does it look like it's holding with all of them on it?
Yeah, it's teetering a little bit, but it's slowly starting to rise out of the ground.
Bounce it out.
Yeah, right there's fine. All right, and you guys all huddle together on this raft as it lifts up off the ground, about 3 feet from where you once were, as water again has just flooded this whole area. No dry land in sight.
Really think we should wait a minute to make sure this isn't somebody's.
Well, Sal said the walls around it were really old, but we can wait here.
There's no evidence that this belonged to anybody.
Oh, isn't the raft just gonna move on its own due to the current?
Yeah, is there a current? Yeah.
No, the raft's just sitting there.
Still. Is there a name on the side of the raft? Is it christened with like SS Rafty or something?
It's
do you
just
mean,
looking
boat
around on the raft itself. It's hard to tell if it's
Yeah.
on top of it, but
Well, realistically, I'm looking for like any kind of like engravings, carvings. So I guess like identify mark something.
you don't find any carvings. And Richard, you feel a tugging from your pack.
My pack.
Yeah, from inside your pack.
Okay.
You're just gonna ignore it?
I feel a tugging in my pack. Hey, Baka, get off my shit.
I'm not, and I just look at him like he's insane.
So
Your
I
pack
guess
flips open, and you see Dwayne crawling out and onto your shoulder.
What's up?
Boy, I was listening in. You worried this belongs to someone?
Baka was. I don't really care.
Well, why don't she just ask?
All right, I'll ask then. I clear my throat. Is this anyone's raft?
Your voice just echoes through the swamp.
May we borrow this raft?
Nothing.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you can leave something
Someone
behind,
said yes.
Baka.
Yeah, I heard that too. Somebody said yes.
Well, if you want to follow the rules here, Baka, why don't you leave something behind?
I have nothing to leave.
Just leave a lollipop and call it even.
I don't think that works.
Lollipops don't count.
Can I break my stick in half?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not?
I break my stick in half. Here, you can have my stick.
Richard,
And
when
I
you
leave it.
when you break your stick in half, just right when it touches your knee, when you're about to use your knee to kind of break it, it turns out it was very brittle. When it breaks, it actually breaks in like 4 spots and it fumbles out of your hands into the water.
There you go. A present for a present. A gift for a gift.
That was a nice stick
Now-
there, Rick.
Now let's go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna use my nice stick and I'm gonna see if I can start getting this to go forward. Would it?
Yeah. I'm
Through the trees.
I'm on the back and I'm using my my feet like as paddles almost. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
I continue to
Rick just gonna.
I don't know, I guess I use mending to make sure that this thing stays together.
Sure, you can try to loose splinters and little cracks in the raft, just repair it up. That's fine.
This is not falling apart.
All right, you guys start pushing off on this raft, now slowly sailing north, but staying a little drier than you have been, which is just a small boon in this place.
Or do wish we had a second stick.
I bet that guy that crashed is probably dead because we're on this raft going 2 miles a second, or 2 miles. Oh shit, that's fast.
That's fast as fuck, boy.
2 miles a day.
Okay, so you push off in this raft and you float for about 5 minutes of Larian, just you methodically just shoving your stick in the water and literally touching the ground with it and pushing yourselves forward, while Richard, you just gently paddle your feet in the back of the boat, which you think is helping, but it's not really helping given the circumstances.
Still doing it though.
But you're still doing it.
Pushing myself too. Like I'm really working.
Yeah, so you're pushing as hard as you can to keep moving, yeah?
Yeah, I'm like, not like too hard, but like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's pretty decent work. I'm working up a sweat.
Hey,
All right.
Sal, I'll give you a bronze to drink the water.
If his stick
Okay.
Specifically not,
sound like
specifically
it's
not
gonna-
trying to exhaust myself, but
If his stick sounds like it's gonna crack or break or whatever, give it to me and I'll mend it.
okay.
So Solarian, after about 5 minutes of doing this, you feel you're starting to feel a little bit in your arms, but you're still good to go. But you quickly notice that the water around you is starting to bubble up in large swells. Like I'm talking like 2 foot wide bubbles just swelling up. Looks like a gas bubble of some sort. To your left, straight ahead, a little bit to the side. They look they look dangerous, and you hear them pop every now and then off to the side, and they sound like stifled laughter every time they pop.
Is there any kind of smell?
Yes, it actually smells like old cheese.
Mm-hmm.
You think that it might be
Feel
best
it also?
to avoid these things. I need you to make a survival check with disadvantage, since you alone are pushing the raft at the moment. Unless anyone gets off of it. That's y'all's choice.
Off of it.
I don't know if I trust that laughing gas.
Can I specifically also, like, when I notice that the bubbles are popping, can I, like, I just want to, like, kind of put the stick kind of, like, in the ground or whatever, make sure, like, we slow down and kind of come to a stop, and I kind of want to, like...
Oh,
look
yeah,
at the
you can
bubbles.
stop. Unless, if you're proceeding, you make the check. But if you stop, you're okay at the moment.
Yeah, I want to stop for a second and then, like, I guess kind of look if there's... I mean, basically, what am I going towards? Like, if I see a clear direction, so I don't have to, like, try too hard to go through all this crappy water.
Well, right now, the direction you were traveling in was north, you believe. But in every direction right now, these bubbles are expanding and popping.
Like, we're surrounded, right?
Yep.
Okay, fuck it. I'm treading on. So you said survival with disadvantage?
That's right.
I don't have anything, so unless somebody else got something they want to throw in there. Go ahead, I rolled.
Okay. So you slowly navigate your way through these bubbles, and you're doing pretty good. Every time one's about to spawn, you put your full force behind the stick and stop the raft for a moment for it to pop, and then you can go about your path. As you travel through this water, normally you think it may have drained by now, like always, but it's just staying up where it is, and the bubbles just continue. Make another survival check with disadvantage.
I continue this, like, little stop and go method you just threw out there. I like that, the little stop and go, yeah.
That's fine. All right. So as you're pushing along, again, you're doing your best to avoid these, and your party seems to be just watching intently, like they're just hoping for the best as you push along.
But I can't fucking help.
You push off to the right to avoid one that appears just a little bit in front to the left of your wrath, and when you
I
do,
love how y'all aren't helping.
another nearby bubble that you didn't catch forms up and pops, bursting and getting a bit of its swamp water goo on you guys. I need you all to make a Constitution savings throw.
shit.
Bye, everyone.
Larian and Baka, can you roll a d8?
Wait, I don't know if that matters. I don't like it though.
Okay, so Larian, the water gets on all of you guys, and Sal and Richard, it's just kind of gross. You just shake it off. Baka and Larian, you do the same thing. But Baka, you notice as you look down at your right arm, hideous warts start to erupt across your body. They go all the way up your arm, on your neck, your sides. Your whole body feels, I don't know, I guess like, you know how warts are kind of
We're
solid?
not helping, guys.
It just feels solid.
That is solid.
So yeah, you're covered in warts right now. But you don't seem to feel bad or feel any worse. They don't seem to be harmful. They're just very ugly.
Improvement.
Larian, when you try to speak, your words came out as gibberish.
Oh, no!
That somehow Baka understood, but no one else did.
What the hell?
Oh, that's actually even funnier.
What
did that guy just say?
did you
Yeah,
guys
Larry-
stop?
Hear him?
No, I heard him. He didn't say anything though. It was just.
It's just
Do we see
garbled.
the warts on Baka?
You do immediately, and her face especially.
Like, what the hell's going on with you guys? That shit touched us. We're fine.
I'm
What?
just gonna like shake my head and
I'd understand what you say.
Oh,
I
wait.
understand you.
you gotta translate for me.
Okay.
I feel fine though. Otherwise, I just Richard and Sal can't understand me.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, continue onward.
I try and push one of the warts. Does it hurt?
Ew.
Is it
No,
squishy?
no, it almost feels like a little bit of armor on you, but no, it's not squishy.
I try and hit it hard.
It stings, like you just hit your arm really hard.
Are you able to take that stuff off, Baka?
I don't know how. This is a
Grab
Fey
it.
realm. Weird stuff happens, but most of it isn't deadly.
You're magic.
What does that mean?
Just
You just
go like this and get rid of the warts.
Does it get rid of the warts?
What did you do? No, I'm afraid that did not get rid of the warts.
Well,
Wow.
shit, it didn't work.
Some sorcerer thing you are.
take out my my rapier, and I'm like, you want me to cut them off?
No.
What?
Keep moving the raft, I guess.
Baka, translate.
He says we're just gonna keep going.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Okay. Shit. I don't even
Aye,
know
aye,
what these things
Captain.
are. Can
Unless you wanna stop.
I do a magic like arcana check to see if this is like gonna kill me or not?
To see if it's gonna kill you?
Yeah. I need to know if this is deadly.
Sure, make an Arcana check. You do not detect any deadly magic on you.
And it's like on my arm and up my face.
Yep.
I pull out a black lollipop and I eat it.
Okay, you eat a black lollipop.
What the fuck's the lollipop for? Just want to
Upset.
feel better.
Yeah.
Does the raft itself or the stick have any of that bubble liquid pop on it?
A little bit, yeah.
Am I able to notice anything different about it?
But the raft, no. Just looks like some gunk got on the raft.
And the stick looks like a stick.
Yeah, nothing happened to the stick either.
What
Or-
about Dwayne? How's he doing?
Larian's stick. Dwayne was ducking and covering actually behind your neck when this
But
happened.
yeah, what happened to Stovey?
I guess Stubby would have got some on him, but nothing happened when it did.
I also check Stovey, just to make sure.
He looks
And
about
if I
as
see any of
Stovey
that
as
stuff,
usual.
I rub it off.
Well,
Because I've already got it on my clothes.
Zama, don't let that
Mike,
stuff hit us again.
Stovey.
Let's try to get to a safe area and see what we can do.
What's this Zama?
Can I tell
Yeah.
what kind, like, since it looked kind of like Spelled Earth wouldn't do anything. For
What are
this,
you
would
trying to
it?
do? Remove your warts?
Yeah,
No,
older.
some type of magic would maybe help, or a serious doctor, or maybe time. Sure, one of those things may work.
What color is it?
Your warts?
Yeah.
They're your skin color. They're just swells of like gathered flesh that have hardened all over your body.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Alright.
So when we start continuing on, I yell at Richard, you know, it sure would be a lot easier to avoid hitting those bubbles if somebody didn't break our other stick.
What?
I just laugh maniacally. Fuck you, Rick!
Damn.
What the fuck are you saying, bud?
You heard me.
You heard him!
Larian just angrily blah, 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 at you, Rick.
And
I cast Magic Hand.
Mage hand?
Or Mage Hand, excuse me. And I use the Mage Hand to help direct Larion with more bubbles. Like, so in case he one popping on the side, it like taps him and tells him to stop.
Sure.
Instead of
Um,
actually helping him.
you could actually just like look out and like, you know, use your words too.
Well, I'm gonna look out and I'm gonna tell the hand to do stuff.
Larian, I need you to make one more survival check through this field. This time regular.
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
Hell yeah, brother.
Are there trees hanging over? Like where we're going through?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sometimes. Yeah, you guys are pushing through, but even working together, there's just too many of these bubbles. A few more pop and the water is starting to drain at the same time, but a little bit more gunk gets on you guys. I need Sal and Richard just to make a Constitution savings throw.
We don't have to make another one?
You've already got gunk, but both of you are able to kind of just brush this stuff off quickly. Nothing happens to you as
Hell!
the
I
water.
do a Manderville.
Flex.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry, watch where you're
Can
going,
I
bud. The hand told you to
roll?
stop.
Can I roll to push Sal into the water? After his Manderville.
I don't know, Sal, you gonna resist that or let it happen?
I'm gonna resist it for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
you gotta make a roll,
100%
Baka. Go ahead and make an
tired.
attack roll.
Wait, attack?
Yep. Like with
I
a
don't
weapon.
know how to
Just
do
make a
that.
weapon attack, but it'll be a shove action.
Or I could just make a strength roll?
You wanna do that too? Sure. Works for
Is
me.
that not? Okay. I mean, I can do the attack. Hold on. This is the only.
Oh wow. What's your AC, Sal?
16.
Yeah, Baka barely gets her hands in just the right position on your thighs and pushes you off the raft. As you fall, not even like, I don't know, how thick is the raft? Like maybe 8 inches, 9 inches, as you step down to the mud because the water's all gone.
What the fuck was that?
What you get for flexing?
I cast Minor Illusion to put a sweatshirt over Baka so I don't have to look at those hideous warts.
You gotta cover the face too, though, don't you?
Yeah, like it's like a hoodie, so it's covering the face as well.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, nice.
The hell is this?
Oh, much better.
Can I take it off?
No, because it's an illusion that I've casted on myself. I've casted it on myself, so I don't have to look at you.
Oh my god.
All right.
Wait, I thought you casted it on me.
I casted it on you, but I casted the illusion on myself.
That you're
I would
It
working.
doesn't work that
I would
way.
like to pick up some mud and throw it at Rick.
So you have no idea that this thing's on you. It's just me.
No, that's not how it works.
Oh, and then
Or-
minor illusion.
No, that's not how it works. That's right. Everyone
Yeah,
sees
everybody can
it.
see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I scoop up some mud and try and throw it at Rick.
I dodge.
All right, he dodges. I'm gonna let you make another
No.
attack roll. You throw
What?
some mud, and Richard
What do you
ducks
mean?
out of the way, yelling at you.
That's
Dodge,
bullshit.
dive, and dodge. Look at that
Pretty
19
good.
I rolled.
That should fucking disqualify him, and it should interrupt him. So his stupid illusion disappears.
You throw some mud and you miss.
You didn't even let me roll or try.
No, we're not gonna sit here for 10 minutes as you make attack rolls on your party.
That's not fair. So I just have to sit here with this stupid illusion on me the whole time?
Oh, I thought he cast it on himself. Did you cast it on
No,
Baka?
he casted it on me.
Did you,
Yeah, he
Did
cast it
you,
on Ba-
Richard? Oh, then
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
he
You know
cast
what?
it on me. That's why I wanted
Yeah,
to
he-
fucking throw it at him.
Yeah, he started it. Go ahead and make an attack roll, Baka.
Goddamn right. Weapon again?
Yeah.
Take that, you son of a bitch.
Jesus, how good are you with slings?
Oh my god.
No, damn it. I don't wanna do all that damage. Like, the whole point of it was to just interrupt him.
She slings mud at you, and it smacks you right
That was
in
the same for Sal, too. I just...
right in the
Well,
neck,
I hate
Richard.
You.
It only lasts for a minute.
I don't care.
So my illusion goes away.
Oh no, she's not doing damage. No, you have to concentrate on an illusion, and if you didn't get hit, the illusion stays.
What? Can I do, like, 1 damage?
So you're trying to hurt Richard?
No, I'm not. I just want to interrupt him.
So you are trying to hurt him.
Yeah, you
Take
gotta
this
hurt him
shit
then.
off me!
Just like punch his leg or something.
Take this shit off me!
I'm fine. I dismiss the minor illusion, but then I recast minor illusion, so you hear a bunch of fart sounds coming from Baka.
Yeah, that's more.
Every time she starts talking, all you hear is wah, wah, like a bunch of ducks.
I'm gonna throw more shit at you.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that-
breaking any rules, am I, Jamie? I'm sorry.
No, you can do this. You can. That's definitely.
Almost at the end of the raft journey. Can I keep pushing along?
I'm
No,
throwing.
The water has
More mud
drained,
at
and
them.
you guys are just
Oh.
landed right now in the mud, just standing on a raft. Except Sal, who's standing slightly off of it.
I'm just watching.
I dismiss dismiss all the illusions.
I get off the raft and I drop the stick and I take some deep breaths and a moment of rest.
Suck at your shit! Richard!
So, are we gonna wait for the water to come up again, or are we gonna keep going?
Well, we can wait or we can keep going. Do we see anything close still, or is it still pretty
Yeah,
much the same?
like any smoke signals or anything.
I look over at Sal. I'm like, what the fuck is he saying?
I have no idea.
There's quite a few trees around you right now, and all of you can actually hear and slightly feel multiple thudding sounds, like something stepping on the ground, something big and something heavy, as the feeling gets a little louder and a little more noticeable every second.
Which direction is it coming from?
Seems like it's coming from the east.
It's coming from that way, and I point to the east. What I think is the east, right?
I bet it's that inn. We should go check it out and get a beer. I mean, heal your guys' stuff.
Trees start
Yeah,
to
but the
shift and sway as something's moving through them. Not directly towards you, but very close.
Like the trees are like moving out of the way, or
Like they're being shoved a bit.
I start yelling, "Hey, traveling in! You have some patrons over here. We want it now."
So you yell, you're yelling towards the trees?
Yeah.
Should we not just go check it out?
let's go check it out.
Okay, y'all check it out. I'll wait here. just sit up there.
Heck yeah, I'm going. Sal, you in?
Yeah, let's go.
Larry,
Wanna
and you
go in
in?
the water again.
Yeah, I'll go. Let's go check it out.
No,
What?
he said he wants
What?
to stay here with me.
Okay, Larry,
yeah,
I'm gonna stay here.
no,
and
I don't
walk
wanna-
again.
He said he wants to stay here with me.
What are you doing, Bago? What do you think? So confused.
I don't want to be
Alright,
left
man.
alone.
You guys went on that carnival ride together. You guys did some weird shit. Sal and I are gonna go get drunk.
Yeah, we're besties now.
I'm very confused, and when they start walking off, I'm still gonna follow them.
I turn around. I'm like, Larry, you're a weird dude.
I don't know. I'm so confused right now. What are you guys?
I have no idea what you're saying, but let's go that way.
You don't understand me?
What?
Oh.
Hey, Larry, keep speaking gibberish if you're stupid.
Maybe Dwayne can understand him.
I pulled Dwayne out. Do you know what this guy's saying?
Dwayne looks over at Larian.
I'll speak to Dwayne in Infernal. Hey, Dwayne, can you understand me?
I think the guy's got off his rocker, boss. He's just rubbing his lips together and making tongue sounds.
Give him an autograph.
All right. He takes out a parchment and some ink and just signs a scribble and holds it out towards you, Larian.
Don't reach for it.
He's not taking it, boss. What do I do?
Let's leave it here for him. Sal, let's go. Drink time.
Boogie.
Sal and I are strutting along.
When Dwayne drops it on the ground really easy there, I'll pick it up and take it.
All right, so the three of you are moving towards whatever this large thing is. And Baka, you staying with the raft?
God damn it. I guess I'm jumping in this fucking shit-ass water again.
It's drained right now.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It's still like a foot tall for me. Anyways, yeah. I guess I jump in this shit water and put my stuff above my head and say, come on, Stovey, I guess we're gonna do this shit again.
All right. Stovey climbs off with you and starts marching along as you catch up to your group, walking through the swamp. It doesn't take long. About 1 minute and the ground is almost shaking. It's not necessarily like slam shaking, but like gentle vibration shaking. And you see why quite quickly, as you see a large stone cottage walking on tons of what looks like limbs or tree legs, or it almost looks like a giant insect the way it's moving, as it's just moving through the swamp, just on all of its legs. It looks like this.
Hey, it's the end. I knew it.
Also, something smells really good is coming from it.
Oh, it smells fantastic.
Shortly after noticing it, it stops and slowly teeters towards the ground, almost like it's crouching, until you can't see its limbs anymore at the bottom, and it's completely flush against the ground, like it's just waiting.
Let's go to the inn and...
What about the blimp?
Dude, we took so long on that raft, that guy's dead.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, but when's the last time you saw an inn like this, though?
Never.
Did neither of y'all have anything to say about it?
Well, you're the only one that can understand me, so I don't really feel like speaking.
So it
What
looks
do you
like
mean?
Xana voted yes. Sal?
Wait, what do you
Who's
mean?
this Dama guy?
Can we
Larry,
just, like,
Larry, what do you mean?
They can't understand what I'm saying.
Wait, I thought they were fucking with you on the boat.
I thought so too. I was confused, but I don't think they can understand me.
No, I understand you, Larion. Yeah, you're down for the inn. Sal, that's 2 for the inn.
we'll just like go inside and talk to the innkeeper or something and see, like, you know,
Get a beer.
I'm tired. I'm
just
in
like
a raft
go
anyway.
find the fucking
Okay, fine.
whatever the fuck that was.
Still
I'm sure that guy's
clearly
dead anyway.
outvoted here.
Baka, the warts on your body start to dissipate and vanish. And Larian, well, you don't know it yet, but once you speak again, everyone will be able to understand you.
Talking about it, so as I'm talking versus it going away.
Yeah.
In Primordial, I'm gonna say, can you guys understand me now?
Oh shit, can I speak Primordial? I don't think I can. No, I can't.
Yeah, I don't speak that shit.
I guess he can't understand me. Fuck.
The hell hell did you just say?
Let's go to the inn.
I shrug.
and-
Arnie shrugs and walks towards the door with
Okay.
Richard.
You guys all walk up to the front door.
Knock on it.
You give it a knock, and you hear a voice on the inside say, "Well, don't just stand out there. Come in, come in."
Hell yeah, brother. What's up?
You open the door and walk on in, and inside, you see an elderly female human-looking character sitting in front of a desk with a book in front of it. She says,
I'm having problems. Go ahead, sorry.
and she says, "Welcome, welcome, travelers, here to stay a night."
Heck yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
Well,
I guess maybe then.
Maybe.
How much does it cost?
Oh, just any old thing will work.
What if I give a performance?
there's this blimp that went down. We kind of need to go save those people. Can we find you again?
I'm sure you can. I am trapped here, after all, as we likely are all are rather.
Did you see the blimp thing go down? The airship? The hot air balloon? Whatever the hell it was?
Trapped here. Wait, you're not from here?
I'm afraid I didn't see a blimp thingy, dear. And yes, I am from here, but not here. I'm from Prismere. This is merely hither.
So you're trapped in hither, or you're trapped in the inn?
We're trapped in hither.
Why?
It's because of those old dirty hags, and Zabilna is stuck, and she can't do anything about it, so... Well, maybe you saw the fog around here, right? Big wall of fog?
Oh, I saw
No.
some laughing gas bubbles, though.
Oh, the gas bubbles. You didn't get
Wait,
struck,
what?
did you?
Well, she had some warts.
Such dreadful magic. Another prank. Just to make people turn into weird things or this and that. Dreadful.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I mean, they didn't hurt.
All right, then. So, a night you'll be staying?
You guys got beer?
Well, we have delicious stew. I don't know if I have, you said it's beer you're looking for?
Ale?
I may have some ale down in the basement, but it's been a while
Heck
since
yeah.
someone's asked for that.
Heck yeah. Tell you what,
Anything to give him a buzz.
I'll give your residents and workers here the performance of the lifetime. We drink for free. Deal?
It's just me, dear, and we trade in physical objects, not favors necessarily for a stay at the inn.
Like other patrons at the like nobody's like sitting at the table or anything. At any
Hey.
tables.
And you don't, from where you are, you don't see any tables or anything. You're just in a lobby.
Okay, gotcha.
Actually, where's your token? I don't see you.
I see him outside, actually, still.
Oh, yeah, Larry, you gotta go inside.
Does the inn?
Picture of the inn was. Sorry, I never looked at the inn.
Does the inn have a mind of its own, or are you able to control where it goes?
It's a mind of its own, really. In fact, in about probably 2 more minutes, it's going to stand up and start walking again.
What if somebody wants to leave?
Well, you have to wait till the inn sits, or suppose you can jump out the door or a window. A little dangerous, though.
Ah, we're gonna really let those people with the blimp die?
I think we need to go check that out.
Oh, that sounds serious. Someone's going to die.
Maybe.
I started.
Well, if we
edging.
won't have a problem finding this place again, yeah.
Is there any way we can locate you in the future?
What is this guy's name? Or yeah, what's her name again?
She never said. You never asked.
And what is your name?
She looks to you first, Richard, and says, "Well, once this end traveled all around Prismere, but since it's been splintered and we're stuck in hither, it's just been making rounds, kind of in a circular motion. It's probably going to head west until it reaches the cliffside and the fog itself, and we'll just turn south and continue on. If you do the same, sure you could find us."
Do you have a map of Hither by chance?
"I'm afraid not, dear."
What did you you said that it was splintered. Prismere was splintered. What?
It is. And to answer your question, though, little one, my name is Sue Harabox. I'm, I guess you could say I'm a bit of a druid.
Hey, me too.
I could tell. You look the type.
Oh.
Yeah, ugly and dirty. I'm under it on my breath.
I do another Manderville flex.
She looks to you, Larian, and says, "Well, yes, splintered. If you'd like to talk about it, though, the end's about to rise. Are you okay jumping out?"
No! And then I go outside. Thank you! We'll be back later! Love you, bye! And I go outside as fast as I can.
I also head outside. We'll see you later, Miss Harabox.
I want to know more about that when we find you again to stay for the night. But we're gonna figure out what's going on with this balloon first.
All right, well, good luck. And come back if you're feeling tired and hungry.
I tell her, get that ale ready.
Oh,
And as I huff and puff, I come out as well, too.
The end starts to shift. Right as you're walking out the door, as it starts to tilt just a bit, and you see those stumpy legs pushing it off the ground as it rises, and right in front of you just starts to walk away.
Well, I want to pay attention to like
Which direction it's going?
yeah, what direction it's going, kind of like
It's going west.
its general pace, just to like kind of try to commit it to memory so that it'll be easier to find later when we backtrack.
It looks like it's going west, and the pace it's traveling at is very slow. It looks like you could casually walk and keep up with it.
I will remember this. It should be easy enough to keep up with.
All right, let's go find that balloon.
All right, back to walking through the water and mud.
Ah.
This is on you. I was about to
Yeah,
get
should
some
have thought
stew.
about that. Should have thought about that a little more.
We need to help the people. We're not
I
animals.
mean, what if it's
And then I
evil
give
person?
Sal a wink.
Yeah, we don't even know if there's people there.
So, okay, so you guys are heading back towards where that
north again.
balloon crashed?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So, you all continue your trek north, heading towards where that balloon was. And let's check something here. Okay. You trek on for about 10 minutes, not that long. And the water has yet to rise again right now. As you, well, you didn't say so, but you guys left your raft behind?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, as you leave your raft behind, after about 10 minutes of travel, you see a tower with it looks like a balloon draping from it. A bit of the passenger area of the balloon seems to be draped over the top, while the actual balloon portion is dangling over the side. I actually got a blurb I can read for you, is what you see. A crumbling tower rises out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatens to keel over. Black brambles surround the base of the tower and cling to its lower half. Hanging from the crenellations, I don't even know what that word means, on the lower side of the tower's peak is a large woven basket at the end of a tangled rope of ropes and tattered fabric. The basket dangles 30 feet above the surface of the swamp. There you go. So specifically, it's dangling over the tower, not on top of it.
So it's crashed into a tower, basically.
Yep.
How do we get up there?
Baka, look what I said. They're already dead. Let's go back to that inn.
No, Richard! And I start heading towards it.
We can probably still see the inn from here.
After about 10 minutes, yeah, you can see a little bit of smoke bellowing in the distance if you look where it was going.
I'm
Make a note
gonna
of that.
try and make a beeline for the tower
I'll follow along.
/ blimp.
I will also follow.
Okay. You guys head towards the tower. And as you get close, you can see the black brambles surrounding it. It almost looks like a tangle of sticks and twigs and pointed limbs all around this tower. It looks like it's going to be a bit difficult to get through them to get to the entrance. And maybe a bit painful, too. As you get close, however, a voice calls out to you guys. When you approach the tower, you hear a voice say, no, down there. Can you hear me?
See, Baka, like I said, he's already dead.
No, you fool, keep your voice down. You can hear me, yes?
Yeah.
Ah, great. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a bind up here. I, Sir Talavar, as one of the Summer Queen's loyal servants, ask that you free me. You see, I was in the midst of a daring escape in the vile Bavlorna Blightstraw when our balloon was set upon by an ill wind and sent plummeting to its current unfortunate location. My pilot, the Honorable Wigglewog, did not survive. I've been trapped up here for a while now. Please, can you get me down so I can tell my queen of the fall of Prismere?
Oh, prisoner.
We should get him down.
Is there a... Can I see this door that's at the tower? Like, I see it on my map, but can I, like... Is there a clear path to it?
It's not clear at all. You're definitely gonna have to break and tear your way through the brush.
You said he's up in the sky, right?
Yep, he's just dangling up there. He's
How
like,
much, if I looked at him, does it look like I could be able to carry him?
it looks like, let me see.
'Cause I could carry up to 300 pounds.
The Leaning Tower is about 50
heavy-
feet tall.
How heavy is the balloon?
Oh, there's no way he can carry the balloon. And you can't see the figure up there, so you don't know if you can carry them or not.
Boy, how much do you weigh?
Listen, voices down. 2 serpents are asleep in the brambles just outside the tower door. If you awaken them, they might put the squeeze on you, or worse, devour me. And they're not your average serpent size. Quite a bit larger, in fact.
I look around at the crew. I'm like, I can go fly up and get him real quick if you guys want me to do that.
Well, I'm glad he mentioned the snakes and the brambles because I was about to light that shit on fire.
I was gonna say...
If you think you can get up there and carry him down, that's probably the best.
I drop all my...
You should probably take some extra pixie dust or something just in case.
Yeah, I have some pixie dust on me already. I guess I drop all my equipment and I'll put the pixie dust in my pocket and also put my daggers on my side. So I have everything. I have 2 daggers and my pixie dust is all I'm carrying. And I will cast Charm of the Monarch Butterfly.
Okay. How many uses of that do you have left, or do you know?
I will have 1 more use after this.
Okay. So you invoke your Witchlight Monarch abilities as fairy wings sprout from your back once again, as you now have a flying speed of, I remember what it was 30 or 60? You wrote it down, right?
I believe it was... I don't have it written down. I think
For that.
it was 30, being totally honest with you.
Okay, you now have the ability to fly.
I fly up to him.
Let's give you some light. All right, so you fly up to the top of the tower and land up there, and what you see is a the basket of the blimp, or I don't know, balloon, dangling over the side, and you could see a cage with a small fairy dragon on the inside. Let me show you what he looks like. He looks like this.
Oh, he's a fancy lad.
He
As-
is.
It's a
As
nice
the-
stash.
Beautiful
Yeah,
stash.
that's
Yeah.
actually nice.
The small figure says, "Well, that was easy. I didn't know you could just fly like that, but you seem to be royalty as well. Well met." And then he bows nobly towards you.
Yes, I am king of the monarchs. I bow.
You see this small creature is trapped in a cage of sorts that's just sitting in the base of this basket. As he tells you, "So, as you can see, 2 binds instead of 1. I'm trapped in this cage, and, well, I can't open it. To be honest, I don't think anything can open it, based on what we've tried, but I know where the key is. You could leave me here and find it, or take me with you, ideally, the whole cage."
Yeah. How much, if I look at how much does the cage look like it weighs?
It looks like just a standard bird cage, rounded at the top and has the bars with the base at the bottom. It doesn't look too heavy. Looks like you could just pick it up with one hand.
Yeah, I'll take you with me. But before we leave, is there anything valuable up here that we might as well grab?
Oh my God.
Just thought when I was like, there must be some stuff in this tower.
He's about to break one of the fucking rules.
I don't believe anything valuable up here. Besides me, a fairy dragon. I am a noble member of one of the Queen's courts, so I'm quite valuable. I'm sure you understand. Such as you are as well, sir.
What queen?
The Summer Queen.
Who's that?
From one of the other realms of Prismere, which is apparently fractured now. I assume something's happened to Zybilna. Do you know?
Yeah, that's why we're here.
I see. Dreadful, dreadful business. I need to warn my queen immediately so she could be prepared as well, lest something happen over in our realm. Please, if you will, the sooner we get away from here, the better.
Can I do an insight check on him to see how he, just to kind of get an insight onto his...
What are you trying to see?
Trying to see if he's lying or Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna ask him. So, before I take you down, why are you in the cage?
Well, I was caught by hags. They imprisoned me, intended to use me for some purpose or another. But such treacherous magic. They put me in this enchanted silver bird cage that inhibits my magic. I tell you, I could open this easily if I could use my abilities, but alas, I am a mere trapped bird.
I grab him and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take you down.
Oh, very good, very good. Gently, please. The snakes are, about 3 times as large as you, so quite dangerous. And you grab
And
the
as
cage and... Oh, go ahead.
Take him down, I start flirting with him.
You fly down to your group and land.
Be like, that's a nice mustache.
And everyone, you see him float down and land in front of you with a small fairy dragon in a cage in his hand.
Oh damn, he is small.
Hey guys, look who I got.
Welcome, Sir TAVALAR.
Greetings, all of you noble creatures. I have already met your monarch. I assume you serve him as well?
Yes.
What? No?
Hang on, let's.
Yeah, let's back up for a second. Hold on. We serve him? No.
He is the Witchlight monarch, is he not? Do they not?
Well, he was.
Well, he was.
Still am.
Yeah, I think he still is until he uses that spell one more time.
I don't know. They might have a new Witchlight monarch by the time we got here. Who knows?
So anyway, I changed the subject. How about we get out of this area to a place where there isn't any giant serpents? How does that sound? And then we can talk.
Quite right. Please, if anywhere but here. Honestly, we can go ahead and start our trek to Telemy Hill, if you will, off to the east.
Or we could go to the inn, which is going
Yeah,
west.
we kind of need to rest.
Yeah, we've been up for a while.
I understand, but this is rather an urgent mission. Are you sure you can't take me there instead?
Are there inns there?
Well, it's a giant hill with trees
to
and...
the east. What's in the east? What are we fighting?
How dreadful! Nothing. You know what? Perhaps names would help calm things a bit instead. I'm Sir TAVALAR. Please, who are you?
Richard, King of the Monarch.
We need to get away from the snakes. Why are we still here?
I'm Sal. But she's right.
You start
Yeah,
walking with him in tow.
I guess I have them. I'm just carrying them. I also put my equipment back on.
Okay, now does it look like we're farther away from the snakes?
Yes.
So how
I'm sorry,
far to the east?
My name's Snowdrop.
Snowdrop.
Snowdrop, a pleasant name.
Sorry, I didn't mean to start with the whole fighting thing. It's just our first encounter with people from this realm was a bunch of rabbits that tried to jump us.
Rabbits. Ah, the Heron Gun. They tried to jump you. Did they not know the rule? Of course they know the rules. Did they get away with it? Did anything happen?
Nothing happened.
They tried to steal our best memory.
Yeah, scared them off.
My, things have really gone downhill here. Ah, alas, that all the more reason why I must make my report. What is, I apologize to ask, but it would be simply rude of me to ask for assistance without offering any in return. Is there anything I could help you with as well?
Sibilna.
Well, we came here to try and find Zavilna, and apparently we're missing some stuff. Like, we've lost some abilities.
Perhaps such as the ability to maybe dream, or perhaps writing, or maybe...
Yes.
Oh, one of those. Oh dear.
Yeah, I can't write anymore, and I can't make fire.
A
Even
good
after
man.
Bacchus cooking, I can't make fire out of my butt.
I believe you too are suffering from hag magic then.
Oh yeah, the person at the end told us about the hags, that they're messing up with some shit around here.
Dreadful creatures. I'm certain they have something to do with what's going on here. That Bavlorna Blightstraw hideous thing. It was a horrible experience. Fortunately, nothing was taken besides my, and he looks around his cage, freedom. Temporarily, hopefully, thanks to you.
What was
Yeah,
the
we'll
name
make sure.
he just said?
What was what?
What was the name he just said?
Bavlorna Blightstraw.
Okay, I did get it right.
If you were here to assist Zabilna, I'd start with interrogating one of them and show them what's for.
Well, I guess in return for your freedom, the gift they could give to us is helping us avenge Sibilna and interrogating these witches or hags. Seem fair?
While under normal circumstances, I would be well and bold to join you. Alas, when I am freed, I must return to my queen. I am honor-bound to report as soon as I found out what was going on here, which I can confidently say I have now. I can leave with you information, and if you wish, and he pats the blade to his side, my trusty sword as well.
Are we able to come with you to your queen, and then you join us afterwards?
He looks like he ponders this for a moment as he looks away in thought and turns back and says, I think it wiser first for me to make my report and tell them of you, and if she wish it, I will seek you out and request an audience.
That sounds good.
Okay, but we have to get you free, though. You can't just travel like this, right?
I
I
guess
can't
let's go take care of your
Where you're going, I'm going,
situation.
essentially.
Gotta go to the bathroom. No.
So you mentioned to me about a key to open up your cage. You know where that's at?
Do you think we could take a quib?
We can, right after this dialogue. He says, I heard that there is a creature that lives at the top of Telemy Hill that loves keys. I was taking a shot in the dark, but ideally, if a key lover exists and coincidentally I'm in need of a key, that would be the place to go.
Which way to? What did you say? Telemy Hill?
Telemy Hill. And he points to the east with purpose and says, "To the east."
Quick thing before we head out there. How did that balloon actually crash, though?
Well, it was rather odd. When I mentioned ill winds, I meant very ill, as in, it looked like the winds had formed, and a pair of hollow eyes and mouth formed on it as well, and blew with such ferocity it could have killed a creature if focused hard enough. Alas, it was simply focused on my balloon, blew a hole in it, and, well, you know the rest.
There's evil afoot.
Wait, quick question. Was the driver on your team taking you back to your queen?
The driver was one who took pity on me. Bless the poor creature, and an untimely demise by that demonic wind. He was one of the bullywugs of Downfall, where that cursed Bavlorna Blightstraw set up her spooky cottage right in the middle of it. Such audacity.
Do you think Blightstraw was responsible for the wind?
I have no doubt in my mind. Those serpents she sent to pursue me were, well, fortunately quite lazy, as they chose to just stay at the bottom of the tower and sleep until I fell or somehow came down from up above.
And was she the same person to put you in that cage?
Indeed she was.
All right, team, I look around. I think we gotta go find ourselves a locksmith.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
We can get him out of the cage, and then we'll go head for that inn.
Okay.
But before we go, to the bathroom, a quick song. I take out my loot. And I still have the Kid Monarch butterfly wings. So I got +5 to my charisma.
Yeah.
And I start singing, stuck in a cage, filled with rage, cause I'm stuck in a cage.
Make a performance check. See what that sounds like.
I gotta use that shit, boys.
Yeah, Richard starts putting out some pretty groovy tunes. It actually sounds quite good. So Talavar looks at you and says, "My, royalty and talented with music. How delightful! It was a pleasure to run into you."
Man, Dwayne, give this man an autograph.
Poor thing. Yeah, can I just use the old one? Wait, he took the old one. Here. And he gets out paper and ink again, and he just draws a huge X over the paper. And then he folds it up and puts it in Sir Talavar's cage, which he just looks at, then back at the rock and says, "My, and even, what is that?" He's looking at Dwayne.
I guess Dwayne speaks Infernal to him. Boy, it's my autograph.
I can't quite understand what he's saying, but you keep interesting company with you, sir. What?
Richard D. Ross.
Sir Richard D. Ross?
King of the Monarchs.
The Witchlight Monarch, specifically.
Silver of the Ton.
Unfamiliar with the last one.
Silver of the tongue.
And you guys,
About now.
make your way east.
Go.
And yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take about 10 minutes, go AFK, and we'll be back soon. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. and we are back. So,
Is Sam here? I mean, Larion.
you gotta start calling him Larian.
I do it usually pretty good every night. Because
You
this is
know,
the
a week
first night.
off is throwing you off.
Yeah, Larian's back. All right, so yeah, you guys are trekking towards the east right now with Sir TAVALAR in tow. Richard's hanging on to him. Anything you're doing during this trek?
Anything else we want to ask him, guys?
So much stuff.
Yeah, did he say that he would give us his sword?
I think that was a metaphor for, like, you know, fighting with us. But maybe I kind of want a sword.
I think that's a metaphor.
You could ask.
So what's up with that sword you
He's
got? You said it was
dragon.
magical?
Sir TAVALAR looks up to you, Richard, and says, well, why, yes, it is. It is very magical. A fine blade, and one that I was gifted by the Queen to serve her will. Alas, my life being in your hands, I only think it fair that if you save mine, it should be yours.
How big is the sword? Like when I look at it,
It is like
he's a small thing.
it looks like a toothpick on his side.
Okay. All right.
What kind of magic does it? Oh, sorry, Larion. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, what kind of magic does it have about it?
Well, it seems that whenever you're striking at your foes, you'll have a slightly better chance for your blade to land where you designate it. And also, it seems to cut a bit more proficiently as well.
I'm starting to think this isn't a metaphor. Yeah, I'll take your sword.
Well, my friend, see this through and I'll see that you have it. But I must insist that the monarch is likely the one to choose who gets it, yes? Unless, forgive me, are you of royalty?
Right, of course. No, of course. I would have to defer here to the monarch as well, but I don't think he uses a sword.
I use a rapier, but I
It's kind
could
of like a
use a
sword. Yeah, you
sword.
could. Yeah, never mind then.
I could also use a sword.
Sure, never mind. The monarch.
Would you mind sparring with me for a little bit once you're free, just so I could see it in action?
If that is truly what you wish, sure.
Obviously, just a spar, nothing. But let's get you all fixed up, man. Let's go, man. I like this guy. He has a nice mustache. How'd you get your mustache like that?
Lots of trimming and upkeep, my friend. Had you not come when you did, I worry it would have lost its majesty in due time.
What kind of product do you use in it?
Well, I like to use a product called, Bully Bubbles. It actually is quite effective at maintaining the curls on the sides.
I'll look over at sound like we gotta get these
That's
bubbles.
canon now. That's canon. I hope you make a note of that, Jamie. That's canon.
Talking about bubbles, we ran into some weird bubbles on the way here that turned Baka into a wart. Do you know anything about that?
A wart? Sounds like more tricksy magic, if you ask me.
What's tricksy magic?
Magic that doesn't really help, doesn't really hinder. It's just an annoyance. Something that's just like a character's off to the side watching you slip on a banana. It's the equivalent of just shenanigans.
It's
Oh,
true.
like a prank.
Quite.
Just a prank, bro.
This whole
Why
place
have all
looks like a
these-
prank.
Why these whole pranks started? How did these all start? Surely this wasn't how it always was here around these parts. You said it was splintered recently too.
Fine question. It wasn't until recently the fog appeared, and once it did, I had to make my visit immediately. The Summer Queen sent me to confer with Zybilna and find out what exactly was going on. I was able to navigate the fog. Not sure how, thinking back on it, but once I got through, that's when all trouble broke out. I was captured almost immediately by these flying creatures, brought down to downfall, and I'm rambling, I apologize. But The realms weren't always splintered, I guess you could say. But I was hoping to find out why, and from your questions, I can deign you don't know either.
Were you able to see Sibylda?
Alas, my journey was cut short.
Where
And
would
you
we
think-
find her?
Oh, sorry.
Well, I'd imagine she'd be at her palace, at the center of, I believe it was in Hither. I gotta look, because I gotta make sure where that is.
We're in, we're not in Hither, right? We're in, P word.
Oh, we're in Heather.
We're also in Prismere.
Yeah, well, yeah, Prismere seems to be the entire like region, or like, you know, continent, so to speak.
Okay.
And Prismere splintered is what it sounds like.
Oh, here
So,
we go, I found it.
Prismere, the continent, it theoretically
Yeah.
is split
Yeah,
by,
continent
this,
and realm,
by this fog, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, it seems that
Okay.
it's.
And Sir
Hither
Tal-
There
is
is
a-
just one section.
Sir Talavar says, between the three splinters, there's Zybilna's palace, lies at the very north, but you can't see it from here, but it is completely shrouded in that dreaded fog. So it's unreachable at the moment, but I bet one of those hags would know.
You
How did you
know,
manage to the fog?
I wish I could tell you, my friends, but I believe it was a bit thinner when I was approaching through. I worry I will not be able to return, but I must try, either way.
and then, do you think the hags are responsible for the fog as well? And the splittering?
I can't say for certain, but I can absolutely say that when I've flown here before, I was not accosted by flying serpents immediately captured and put in a cage in the center of a bullywug village. They looked terrified, yet indifferent, except for that one noble soul who rescued me. It must be the hags. It has to be the hags.
So have you lived in this this continent and this realm your whole life?
Indeed, I have.
Just a little of a sidebar from what we're talking about. We ran into some interesting creatures that were by a well. That they'd said they were dead and they weren't able to leave the area. Do you know anything about that?
Unable to leave the area. It's strange. Even if the deceased rise as spirits, they're still free to roam. But you say they were bound.
Yeah, they would, as soon as they would try to follow us out of almost like a radius, certain radius, they would immediately be teleported back in.
I'm afraid I would not know, my friend, but I could certainly make assumptions. Assumptions you yourself have likely already made.
Well's haunted.
Well,
As
not
well,
necessarily.
speaking about the wells too, what's up with this rising water? Has it always been like that?
No, of course not. The wells used to flow gently and freely. Beautiful rivers and streams used to sprout here. Clear water you could see through. Crisp forest. Beautiful nature abound. And now it's as if someone just took the worst colored paint they could and just splashed it over the entire realm. The wells, they puke now. And at random intervals, it seems.
And disappear in the blink of an eye.
He starts nodding. And as you're talking about this, actually, the water starts to rise again.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and there it is again.
How long has this been going on for?
It's hard to tell. I just flew here recently to seek audience with Zybilna, and everything I told you happened, and, well, ever since I've landed in my balloon, I've seen the waters behaving this way.
Call that a landing?
It wasn't by choice, I assure you.
Well, since the water is rising, shouldn't we try and get to that hill that you keep talking about?
Don't let me hold you up. I go where he goes. Any motions towards Richard?
Yeah, we've been heading.
Let's
I
go.
know we're heading.
I am
Yeah,
holding
while
him
they were talking.
like a servant holds like a plate, a bunch of plates, so he doesn't get wet.
Oh,
Request, can we like hustle?
I mean, yeah, if y'all want to, trudging through the water. Baka, you're holding your stuff above your head again.
Actually-
no hustling with me.
My
Yeah.
arm gets sore, so I give him over to Dwayne, and Dwayne with his one arm is holding him up.
Like, the water is up to here on me. I don't think y'all
You're
realize
fucking
that.
swimming.
I'm basically swimming in this bitch.
How long do your wings last, Richard?
An hour, so I'm actually kind of flying over the water too. I'm not wet.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could be floating above it.
Then I just start laughing at Baka. How's the weather down there, short stuff?
Just need a little fucking middle finger raise up the water.
A beautiful swan
Like a shark fin.
resting.
Nice little bird.
Nice little bird there.
As we're traveling, can I ask him about the 3 rules?
I mean, if you want to, go for it.
These 3 rules: hospitality, ownership, and reciprocity. Because I can't say that correctly.
Worcester.
Worcester.
Worcestershire.
True.
There seemed when we were talking to the hares, there seemed like there was consequences for breaking these rules, but then they started to break the ownership one and weren't getting any consequences. Do you know anything about that?
Did they say anything about the other rules?
They said they wouldn't dare to break the other rules, but they were okay with breaking ownership because they broke it and nothing happened to them. But they've heard of bad things that happened to people that broke the other ones.
It sounds like they've tested this theory then. Now, this is just a guess, and I can't be sure. I have been stuck for a bit, up in the tower, and, not here for too long, but I can tell you this. If they're fine breaking one and not the others, it's likely because they've tested that and something's happened, which would mean if Zybilna's not enforcing the rules anymore, something or someone else is. Perhaps they like 2 of the other rules, and the rule of ownership, was it? They could care less of.
Do you know anything about Lonscarf? They said that was their leader.
Longscarf. I believe I've heard his name sang before, as weird as that sounds. Sounds like a brigand. Perhaps a leader?
And then with these rules, are these rules all throughout the realm? Like, are they enforced by your queen as well too?
Zybilna rules the entire domain. My queen is just one of, where I come from. The rules are enforced everywhere. Well, we're enforced. But you tell me ownership is moot and done.
So what are some examples of someone breaking the rule? What would happen to them? Say
Well-
I just took your sword before all this had happened. Hypothetically, what would happen?
I can't quite explain it, but there was a magic that would let Zybilna, once upon a time, know. I assume whoever is doing things now, perhaps they can sense it as well. But something would happen to the offender. Perhaps they turn into a toad for a day. Perhaps they get transported to a whole nother area far away from where they're from. Perhaps they turn into a rock for a couple days. It's really whatever they're feeling at the time, but definitely things you don't want to happen to you.
Were they ever executed?
But how dreadful. I would hope the queen would never resort to as such.
See, Richard, I told you. Violence
Yeah, I
is
look
a
up.
thing here.
I look over at Bach and I'm like, I think these rules might matter a lot.
I
'Cause
tried
I'm
to
kinda-
tell you.
Trying to put 2 and 2 together because I saw the rabbits were very much against violence, and once it was like brought to a level that was more than just a roughing up, you know. This is me speaking out of character.
Yeah, it's like it's a huge thing in the Fey realm.
Yeah, so it seems like violence isn't.
You have to think of it this way. We're basically dealing with Ilmeg right now.
I've been spending a lot of time on those fairy quests, so
You're
making that
dealing with a
carnival and
bunch of-
stuff. Spoilers.
Yeah, you're dealing with a bunch of dumb kids, basically, when you're dealing with a fairy. Or, well, childlike, I would say.
So,
They're not meaning to be dicks or anything.
I look over at the guy and I'm like, so wars typically don't happen in this realm, correct?
War? Not particularly. I mean, there is, death and skirmishes with various creatures depending on what's going on. Maybe one's hungry and wants to eat the other. The other doesn't take kindly to that. But I wouldn't say war, no. Death is very different here, though, compared to your realm.
How so?
Well, and instead of actually dying, remember that stone thing I mentioned for breaking a rule? Perhaps that's permanent instead. Or perhaps right after death, they decay to bones after merely a minute. Or sometimes, and this one's very odd, but something may die and it just gets back up, like nothing happened.
Very interesting. Where we come from, someone dies, they don't get back up.
Well, sometimes that happens here as well.
Do you know anything of our realm, though?
Very little. You smell of... what was it called? Faerun? Is that right?
Yeah.
I see. That's where the, I believe that's where the Witchlight Carnival was. Ah, it all makes sense now. Hence why I have a monarch in my presence. And he bows again.
So what do you know about the Witchlight Carnival?
It's a traveling carnival. It travels to all different realms and worlds and all sorts of places. All sorts of different creatures and happiness wherever it goes. A lot of fun, I hear.
Have you met any other monarchs besides myself from the Witchlight Carnival?
I'm afraid not. I normally tend to my business back at the palace. I only get out when I must and have an important mission.
Have you ever met a Mr. Witch or Mr. Light?
Can't say I have, but they sound familiar. Weren't those the... those are the owners, correct? Of the Witchlight
Correct.
Carnival?
By the way, the whole time this conversation has happened, I just want to reiterate, we are traveling.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you're not
also,
stopped.
I am so
No, that's
sorry
fine.
if I'm like
Keep going.
hijacking this. Please
No.
feel free to break up or interject and stuff like that.
Shut the fuck up, you're getting good information, keep going.
Well, I have any
I'm
more
writing-
questions,
I'm
though.
writing
That's why I
stuff
said
down.
that. Please write it
Yeah.
down because I haven't been writing it down.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I've been writing stuff down too.
That's what you're here for, right?
I can't
You're-
write.
Yeah.
It's true.
Can I wait, GM? Can I type though?
Type what? Oh,
If
you're...
so.
no.
If the magical computer were to spawn in front of me, would I be able to type messages?
No,
There
it's just-
is no magical computer, I'm afraid.
What about a typewriter?
No typewriters.
This is all canon, by the way. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
What about a Ouija board?
Yeah, there might be some of those actually out there.
Wait. One more serious question before we start going back to the
Rick's
story.
gonna start going around with the Ouija board.
If it's snowing outside
How he's gonna start.
and I've been drinking
No.
a lot of ale,
No!
am I able to be
Could I write my name
messages in the
in the
snow?
No!
That is a form of writing, so that'd be a no.
It just disappeared.
Okay, fair. I guess we just keep traveling along.
Okay. You continue walking, and then the water finally
I'm
starts... flying. And the water starts to drain again until it goes down all the way and you're just walking in muck. Except this time you notice you're just walking in a lot of muck. And normally there'd be like little bits of land poking up above, but you're just like in mud everywhere right now. You as you take a few more steps, you sink into the ground just a little bit until who's in front on the ground right now?
I'd probably say me.
Okay. Sal, as you're walking in front right now, a creature pops its head up out of the mud looking at you. As it's looking at you, you all come to a halt. As it tilts its head, it almost looks like it's grinning, and it says, "Hey, hey, what's a Mud Mephit's favorite food?"
Is this a joke or a riddle?
It looks at you eagerly and just waits.
What's a what's favorite food? What'd he say?
A Mud Mephit's favorite food. And as it's
Mud.
asked this, a few more rise up and start to surround you. And Sal, you look at him and just stoically say mud. And right after you say that, it looks at you and goes, "Yes, it's mud!" and sinks back down in the mud, as does its brethren.
I just look back at, like, behind me and at everybody else, and I say, "What was so funny about that?"
I just bust out laughing. That was hilarious. How many
I don't get it.
how many guys jumped out?
5.
I throw 5 I throw 5 red lollipops in the mud.
Okay, man, those 5 red lollipops in the mud, and
Where I saw them pop up.
they just sink into the mud and sit there.
That was great.
Okay, you guys continue on.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Right, you continue on. Sir Talavar speaks up after you start walking away and says, "More creatures here to prank, I think you said earlier was the term. Those looked a little meaner. I dare say if you answered incorrectly, they would have tried to drag you down into the mud." Perhaps, hopefully not.
Good thing I'm a genius.
Indeed,
Whoa.
such knowledge of Mud Mephits.
I wouldn't go that far.
You guys
Keep going.
keep on rolling until you reach, finally the ground starts to go up a bit out of the muds. And the area gets a little more grassy, and the trees look a little more crisp. You're still in a swamp, of course, but you start to scale a hill that twirls around and around and around. Let me see if I got some things I can tell you here. You are at Telemy Hill. You are greeted by the scent of sweet-smelling fruit. Damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of a hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze, despite the absence of one. You don't feel any wind whatsoever.
Smells like fruit.
That's pretty nice.
So if you want to proceed on here, you have to follow along that path because it's ridges up. You can't scale up.
Oh,
Wait.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wait, how long has it been?
It was about maybe 15 more minutes of travel.
So I can just fly over it, right?
You could.
See you losers, and I take the Sir Talion with me.
Okay, you fly with Sir Talavar's cage in your hands.
I try to get over here, but I can't because it's blocking me.
Oh, I got you. Here you go.
And I knock on the door.
What are the rest of you doing?
Gonna follow the
Following
path like a web.
Okay.
What the fuck? What? I saw that.
So what?
I see that.
Your party has left you, Baka. You are alone.
I see that. And I just point at the tree. I see you. Over there.
You point at a tree swaying behind you. All right, Richard, you knock on the door.
I'm just staring at the tree behind me.
But no one says anything.
Talavir, do you know what this guy's name is?
I believe the key warden was known as, I think they called it Jingle Jangle?
I knock on the door even louder.
I saw that!
Hey, Jingle Jangle! It's Richard, the King Monarch of the Witchlight Festival. I'm here with my boy, and I would like to talk to you. If you want to hang out.
You get no response.
I'm like staring at the tree.
Should we open up to see if he's asleep?
What do you say, Sir Talavar? Should he be here?
Well, there's smoke
I'm
rising out the chimney. I would assume they are. Perhaps they're just merely napping. We are on an important quest. I imagine it wouldn't be too intrusive to let ourselves in and explain the situation.
I agree, and with the rule of hospitality, since we're at his house, he has to be nice to us.
That sounds correct. As long as we... It might be iffy since we're barging in, but perhaps that rule follows?
You're the expert, and I open up the door.
Guys!
Can
All
we
right,
hear her mumbling to herself?
I
She's here
jump
now.
over the door.
I'm like got my head turned like behind me the whole way. I'm like looking at all these trees and shit. I'm looking at the one right next to me. I go up to this thing and poke it.
When you poke it, it seems to it's just swaying right now, like in the wind. When you poke it, it felt like it paused for just a moment and then continued swaying.
It's just a tree, bugger.
Because these things are following me. I swear.
Yeah, it's a Fey realm. Weird shit. It's a tree.
I look over at Talavir. Are there magical trees in the Fey realm?
Well, of course. There's all sorts of magical trees. Maybe these trees are magical.
Any violent magical trees?
Sometimes. If they were violent, I suppose you'd know by now.
Yeah, that checks out.
We
I
come
just
in
wanna-
peace, and I
I
hold a
want to
peace sign up.
sway. I want to sway with the tree. I hop off Stovey, by the way.
And you stand in front of the tree and start swaying?
Yeah.
This tree leans down towards you, and one of its limbs turn and stretch out towards you. As it's reaching towards your face, but lays one of its limbs on your shoulder, and then lifts it and points towards the hut.
I look where it's. I'm guessing it's pointing. Is that what it's trying to do?
It's pointing this way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, see, the trees wants us to go in the house too.
Then I go up. I scoot past everyone. I guess I leave Stovey behind.
Are you leaving Sylvia behind?
Attempt to open up the door.
I scoot past everyone and I just knock on the door instead.
Richard's already just opened the door. As you go to knock on it, it's already open. Even though it's open, you still knock because something forces you to. You feel like you couldn't have gone in otherwise.
Thank you. I'm glad you realized that. I knock on the door. Hello?
You step in, Richard, and you see some stairs heading down. And at the very base of these steps seems to be a large, large room. Filled with keys.
Mr. Key Guy,
War is a key.
as I'm like hovering in. Hello?
As you take a few more steps, you see that even the floor is made out of keys pressed against one another. Keys dangle from the ceiling, keys dangle from the walls. Everywhere in here, there's keys and keys. And at the base of a bed at the end of the room you're in now, you can see a goblin sitting at the end of it with its head lowered down. As you step onto the floor and it hears a bit of a jingling sound, it snaps open its eyes and looks towards you and says, Oh, hello. Hello. And it hops off of its bed and starts waddling towards you, just jingling like crazy because it too is covered in keys.
Yo, he's awesome.
I'm floating around and looking cute as fuck. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry for barging in, but it's an emergency, I tell you.
Emergency? Okay. How can Jingle Jang be of service today?
Jingle Jangle, my name is Richard D. Ross. I'm king of the monarchs of the Witchlight Festival, and here is Sir TAVALAR. He's stuck in this cage. He can't get out. Oh no!
Royalty in my house. How delightful! And she bows towards you and says, "Please let me get you some tea first." And walks over to its stove and starts putting on a pot.
I turn over to Dwayne. Get this guy an autograph stat.
Hey. Oh.
Okay, boss.
Oh, you want me to be? All right, boss.
You
It
do a
takes
better
out.
voice.
It takes out some paper and the quill, and writes again an autograph and just has it in his hands.
Did you say she?
Oh yeah, it looks like a female goblin.
So Jingle Jangle, we've heard of your work. That you're a keymaster. Is that correct?
I am a keymaster now, I suppose.
Got a lot of keys. That's pretty cool.
I do. It's kind of a curse, I can be honest.
Wait, a curse? And I immediately push past the ring. You poor thing. How can I help?
She turns around with a tray of looks like 4 cups, and takes a step towards you, Baka, holding them out and saying, "Please, if you want." And it's a tray of tea.
Oh, I take one. Thank you.
Don't mind if I do.
And I take one of the. I take a sip of it. How does it taste?
It's actually very fruity. Tastes a little bit like apples, maybe a little bit like pears. Tastes more like a fruit drink than tea.
This is delicious.
Thank you very much. Do you mind if I have a seat?
Please, do.
Oh, thank you very much.
You mentioned when I said more of a curse, you wanted to know more?
Yeah.
Well,
And this recipe.
all I can say is be careful what you wish for. You see, I heard that there was a magic user that could help me out. I had a crippling fear of being caught on the wrong side of a door, so I went to this caster for aid. She took my fear away, but now I just have this overwhelming and impossible ignore to desire to collect every key I can.
Was it an old hag that did that?
I don't know if I'd say hag. That's a bit rude. She was old and she looked a little bent, I guess is the word.
What was her name?
Her name was Bavlorna.
Isn't that the lady? Yeah. Okay.
I've worn a Boitro.
I mean,
No, it is that old hag.
it was a hag.
Hey, Jingle Jangle, that same person put our boy here in this cage. You can believe it.
She also, Jingle Jangle looks a bit bruised also across her face and head. She looks to the cage and says, "Oh, how dreadful, you're locked away. I suppose you came for a key?"
Where'd those bruises come from? Are you alright?
Well, yeah, I feel fine, but she rubs her head. It stings a bit. Jingle Jangle was digging for truffles in the swamp, and a bunch of herringans leapt out behind the weeds and shrubbery. They took my truffles and shoved Jingle Jangle in the mud and whacked Jingle Jangle with their wooden clubs. It was not a good experience.
We
Yeah,
dealt
we
with
dealt
those
with-
bears too. Sip more tea. I give Jingle Jangle a lollipop and a strawberry.
And she takes it and she kind of just stares at it and says, what is this?
And you eat it.
Oh, all right. And she puts it in her mouth.
So, Jingle Jangle, we might be talking to that magic user. Would you like us to talk to her about this key situation as well for you?
You could try. If I could not want to collect keys so much anymore, that'd be nice. I don't want my crippling fear of being behind the wrong side of a door to return, but, honestly, might be best just to leave me out of it. I don't want anything to do with her anymore.
Well, if I can get rid of this key obsession, would you be okay with that?
Well,
Hypothetically.
that would be good if it did happen.
Okay. Well, I happen to know that magic user. Maybe I could put in a word in. What if you see trying to help out our buddy here?
That sounds good, but separating with one of my keys is almost like separating with a child. It's very, very tough. But I could be persuaded. Could you offer something now?
What about the performance of your lifetime, baby?
Songs are good, but if I was giving you a song too, or maybe a story, it'd be a good trade, but that doesn't sound quite equal. And she just stares at you all.
I have nothing I can trade.
I'm checking my pockets for another key, but I don't have a key.
You don't have, I don't know,
I got this piece.
I gave you tea, but you don't have a nice drink on you, do you? Or maybe a tasty snack or some truffles or anything?
Got some water.
Yeah.
It's spring, it's from a different realm. You wanna try some?
I mean, so technically I have tea bags in my hair, and that is what I use.
Can I try your water?
Yeah, and I pass her my water skin.
Okay, and she drinks it. And as soon as she finishes, she says, "Wow, it's no tea, but it's quenching all the same. That was delightful. A good trade."
Came over from a different realm, if you believe it.
Wow, I got to try something really new today.
So I guess.
What about some bronze or silver? Does that entice you?
Bronze or silver? For what?
The key to help our buddy get out.
No, what, you trying to offer Jingle Jangle two things? You gave me thirst quenching water. And she steps away from you, around to the side, and she motions for you to follow her. Bring the cage close, let me see. And she peers at the lock. And she seems to be studying it a bit. And then she says, it looks familiar. I think, And she just starts reaching along the wall, jangling between all these random keys, feeling each one. And she finally stops and grabbed one that has a diamond-shaped head at the top of it and holds it out to you. I think this is what you want.
How did you do that?
Jingle Jangle loves keys. Lock holes each have a key, and if it has a lock hole, I probably have the key.
How'd you get all these keys?
Well, we don't.
Some bought, some sold, some traded, some found. All sorts of ways.
Lord.
Well, why don't you get the cage and open it up? Once it's open, you can take your key back too. We don't need it anymore.
Okay, that actually sounds great. Jingle Jangle gets to keep the key too.
Mm-hmm. And your hospitality that you gave us was enough to cover the cost. No worries.
Jingle Jangle claps and jangles like crazy with her keys excitingly. This worked out way better than I could have thought. Please, is there any questions maybe Jingle Jangle can help with?
How do we find that hag?
Where did you last see the hag? Or do you know where to find her lair? Anything else you can tell us about said hag?
Is her name really Hag?
No, it's
Oh, that's her descriptor.
Pavlona. That's what she is. She is a hag.
Pavlorna?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Jingle Jangle saw her just out roaming around about one day. We got in a conversation, and that's when I told her about my fear. And she took care of me in a really sort of twisted way. But I don't know where she is now. I could, I know about, there's a brigand, the mean rabbit that beat me up. I know the leader and where he is. I also know the best guide you could find in hither. And, what else do I know? I know about keys, if you have any questions about those.
What about that best guide in hither?
Well, that's the Scarecrow, Clapperclaw. He's, aptly named Clapperclaw because he has pincer-clawed hands. He, I believe he's located in a place called Downfall.
Hold on. Sorry.
You're fine.
And he's found where?
Downfall.
There was something else in Downfall we needed to go see.
There was. Your conversation with Sir TAVALAR has information there that you discussed earlier, which you're welcome to ask again at any time. This is all fine and dandy and whatnot, but please, if you gentle lot would be mindful enough to release me, no?
Yes. I take the key and open the cage.
Okay, you grab the key and you immediately open the cage with it. And the lock clicks and the silver door opens up.
Aha!
So TAVALAR
And then
flies out.
I hand the key back to Jingle Jangle. As promised.
Jingle Jangle thanks you and takes it, and Sir TAVALAR stretches his wings out as he's flying in the air and says, "Ah, at last! Free again! Ha ha! I think I have all of my wits about me," and he turns to the side and blows some air as this purple light flame comes out of his mouth briefly and then dissipates, and he says, "Ha! And I have all of my abilities returned to me. I am in your debt, friends, and I believe I owe you something." And he takes off his tiny sword and just holds it out in front of him.
I reach out my hand for it.
And he places it in your hand and then pulls away. And as soon as he does, the blade grows into the size of what you would call a dagger. You now have possession of a +1 dagger.
Hell yeah, brother.
Does it look like super cool? Like,
It has little purple wing etchings in the blade itself.
Am I able to give him one of my daggers in return?
You can if you want to try.
Oh, I don't want you to be without any kind of weapon, and I pull one of my daggers out and give it to him, just so for your safety.
He looks at you and chuckles slightly and says, "My friend, I would be glad to accept your weapon, but alas, it's a bit too big for me."
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad. Well, thank you.
Right. Well earned. But please, that feels so small compared to what your quest is. Is there anything else you wish to ask? Anything I can help with whatsoever?
any more information you can give us about the hags?
Well, I believe I can. I can tell you all sorts about Bavlorna, if you wish.
Any information will help.
Sure, I'll simply go down the list then. Let's see. Bavlorna Blightstraw, which, dreadfully awful would happen to you as well, Jangle Jangle. Bavlorna Blightstraw lives in a spooky cottage. It's on stilts at the heart of Downfall, which is a bullywug settlement. The bullywugs of Downfall are quite courteous and welcoming, provided one does not offend them, of course. Bavlorna has the ability to conjure minions that look like tiny versions of herself as well. Woman's full of herself, of course she can do such. She also has 2 sisters that she loathes. Together, the 3 of them form something called the Hourglass Coven, something I suppose we should have taken more seriously. There's... what was it? I heard them saying this. It was important, damn it. What was it? So TAVALAR has to check something.
As he ruffles through his PDF notes.
I don't know. This is a can he remember it moment.
Oh.
I remember. I know. This was very important. An artifact called Igwilv's Cauldron. They mentioned something about freezing time. My God, that could be what happened to Zybilna in her palace. She might be trapped in her own home.
That's a lot of information.
It's everything I was able to overhear during my capture. Always be working, even when from behind bars.
So it sounds like they were probably the ones behind whatever is keeping Zybilna at bay.
I wouldn't doubt it at this point, my friend.
That's very helpful. That helps a lot.
I'm glad I could have been of assistance once more to you, but is there anything else you wish to know or converse of before I take my leave?
Any weaknesses or advantages? Like, even advantages in conversation, like something.
Well, the hags tend to be full of themselves, I imagine. Bavlorna is, perhaps the others are. She hates her sisters. That may be a weak spot. Perhaps you could use that to pull some tomfoolery on her dealings. Maybe satiate her willfulness, her confidence, and say her sisters are nothing and you'll deal with something. I don't know. Manipulation is key here, I believe. And if that doesn't work, well, and he points towards his sword, a nice dagger through the throat would work just as well.
I thought you were against violence.
If this coven has overthrown Zybilna, my dear little one, you don't understand what's at stake. On a whim, they could change everything. They've already changed the terrain. The lands themselves are crying out. You could see it. And throwing up. I believe you've seen that firsthand.
Ew. Well, that being said, I think it's time for us to hit the inn.
Ah, right. Well,
So we can make a plan about what to do with these hags.
the rest of you, are you all right? Is there anything you wish to converse with?
I think that's... Well, is there anything else you're going to report to the Summer Queen that you haven't mentioned yet?
Well, now that I've come to this revelation talking to you, the first thing I'm going to report is I have strong suspicions that the Hourglass Coven has overthrown Zybilna. And, well, with that dire news, I assume she'll take necessary measures. Perhaps she'll send out a stronger force to come investigate. Perhaps she'll... No, she wouldn't. She's not one just to send others out to fight on a whim. I'm not sure what she'll decide, but she'll think it through, either way. You may see me again if I call upon you for one reason or another. If you'll have me, of course.
I'll pull out like a really, really tiny lollipop and I give it to Sir Talavar.
Oh my, you keep those in all shapes and sizes, do you? And he flies up and grabs hold of it and says, such
It's
a kind
rainbow
creature.
one.
And he looks at the colors on it and says, oh, it's magnificent to see such a colorful spray on something so small in such a down and dreary land such as this. Thank you very much. I think you said your name was Snowdrop?
Yes.
Thank you, Snowdrop.
Thank you. And I give him like a little curtsy.
And he, while flying in the air, lowers one arm and bows towards you. He then starts floating away, saying, well, my friends, wherever you go, wherever you end up, I wish you only the best. Stay alive, do what you need to do, and don't fall for any hag tricks, like so many others have. And he just glances towards Jingle Jangle for a moment. Then he turns around and starts flying off.
Hey.
Well, guys, I think we should start heading back towards that end now.
Sounds like.
Yeah, that sounds great. All
We're
right.
exhausted. Let's go.
I pull out another rainbow lollipop and give it to Jingle Jangle and be like, "Let's see what I'll see what I can do about that curse and make sure that you don't get messed. Like your crippling fear doesn't come back. We'll see if something might be able to be done."
Well, all right, that'd be nice, but please don't put Jingle Jangle's well-being in front of your own's. Just don't make a deal with her for me, really, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. And I give her the rainbow lollipop.
Oh, thank you. She takes it. She puts it in her mouth with the other lollipop she still had.
Alright, guys. And I hop on Stovey as we walk outside. And then immediately as we get outside, I get off of Stovey's.
Oh, if... Oh, and she starts yelling and then just turns and looks at you, Richard. You're still right in front of her. And she says, oh, and if you see those filthy rabbits again, give them a good knocking on the head for me, too.
Oh, we already did that.
Already took care of that.
All right, and you guys head back out into the swamps.
So
Or not the
if we head-
swamps. You're heading back to the hill. As you head outside of the hut, you see... Actually, I should take you back to that map.
Trees are everywhere. I know. We're surrounded.
You see a slew of trees lined up outside the hut.
Oh shit, I was right. Oh fuck. It was a meme, but it's real.
They all hold their limbs high up in the air and start shaking them and swaying. It looks like they're delighted right now from the way they're moving.
I mimic the trees and sway back and forth.
You feel just a swath of limbs. They just start curling around you guys and start to lift you up off the ground and towards the side of the hill gently, almost like a huge limb slide, as they start moving you down the hill to the base. A bit of a shortcut.
Yeah.
Bye, Groot.
Until you're planted back in the swamp base, and all the limbs start retracting, and you see a few of them lift up and just make this motion at you as they pull
I wave
back.
back at him as we leave.
Now you guys back in the swamps.
So I guess we should head west.
Southwest.
Well, we should head west first, right? Then go south.
It's longer. That takes longer though. Can we still see the smokestack in the distance?
Well, we don't want to pass it, and it was walking.
From right now, from where you are, you can't see smokestacks in the distance.
Either way, I already made paid attention to that before too, so we know what direction was going, what direction we want. We should be able to head off on a nice path that way. to the west and south. Slow south. Till we can see the smoke.
Okay. You guys trek on to the south and a bit to the west as well.
The west and a bit south.
Let's see what you find.
No more bubbles.
God, please no. I'm throwing Sal in next time.
What the fuck?
Fucking flex at me, you bitch.
If we find another raft, you guys are
Never
paddling.
fucking at you.
I know. Alright. You want to
So-
throw Rick in instead?
I'm gonna throw you in.
You guys trek through the swamp, more in the south and slightly west direction. You trek for about 10 minutes until the trees start clearing up and the water has yet to raise again. It's still just mud. You continue on until there are no more trees at all, just large stones and rocks spread around. And as you're stepping, who's in the lead?
That's a good question.
Larian?
Larian.
Larian, make a perception check. Okay. It wasn't that, you only needed a 10 there, so that's good. So as you're walking along, Larian, your foot actually stubs something that moves a bit when you, well, it doesn't move. It moves because you hit your foot on it. And as you look down and see what you hit your foot on, you can see actually it's a piece of a skull. It looks like a humanoid skull. As you look around, you can actually see now. You really didn't notice it before because of how the mud is all lumpy. It looks like just a bunch of more lumps of mud and little puddles of water. You seem to be in in the middle of where a battlefield was.
Oh, that's a lot. Oh, guys, well, people die here.
What?
That showed the skull.
Yeah, he motions towards the body on the ground, and when he does, you guys you see it. You definitely see it. It looks like remains, and when you start actually looking at the ground and around, you can see there's a lot more remains around, and old weaponry as
hell?
well.
How do we not see this? Did we come through this way?
Well, we're going on like a kind of angle now, right? So I assume this is a different path.
Yeah, but this is, and I like look all around us. This is a really big battlefield. How the hell? How do we pass by this? What do these bodies look like? Do they look like they would be human? Is there a way I could tell like what species?
Yeah. Make a medicine check on one of these skulls. You're gonna walk up to a skull and just like pick it up and start examining it.
Yeah, I ain't afraid of dead things. I fucking look. I literally cook things for a living. I ain't afraid of that. I don't know shit.
The humanoids?
Yeah, it looks human. This
When-
looks human.
When
What
you
are
walk
humans
over
doing here?
and
There's
pick
so
up
many.
one of the skulls, Baka, you can both hear the rattling of metal, or all of you hear the rattling of metal coming from the north and the west. As you look over and you see two suits of armor stand up, just shaking a bit as they stand and stare at you.
I set it down. And go, rest in peace. So sorry to have disturbed you.
What do you do when you say rest in peace? Like, are you just your arms at your side and you're just saying rest in peace? Or what are you doing?
No, I'm like leaning down and I'm like, oh my goodness, rest in peace, my man.
Okay, when you lean down and say rest at peace, this one leans down the same way you do.
And I set the skull down. What? Oh, that's weird. And then I stand up.
And it stands up straight after you stand up.
Oh.
Oh, you should start twerking.
I start doing a dance.
What kind of
I
dance?
raised. Oh,
I don't know. I just start wiggling.
It starts
Do the
wiggling.
Manderville Mambo.
I start doing the Manderville Mambo.
It starts flexing.
What
What were you saying,
do I
Larian?
do in this?
I'll raise my hand.
When you raise your hand up, this one up here, you hear metal rattling as you look over and see it has its hand up.
My hand down.
It does the same.
I float forward.
You float towards it. It seems to just turn its head slowly towards you and look.
I do the Macarena.
It starts doing the Macarena.
Oh,
Slowly walk towards the one that mimicked me.
Be careful. Trickery is afoot, and I'm like over here looking at the one over here, or the I'm pointing on my computer. I don't know why.
Is it moving at all when I walk towards it, or is it just standing there?
That's just
Looking at
standing
the
there.
one off to my left over here, and I'm like making sure, like I'm just doing weird shit, seeing and if it's following me.
It isn't
Do the,
moving,
like-
but it's mimicking all of your actions.
I'm doing the mirror trick, like where I'm standing in front of the mirror, like jumping out hands. It's still just mimicking me all the way through.
Yep, just keeps copying you. And being this close, you can now see clearly that this armor seems to be of some very old elvish design. With the helmet looking like, let's see, a stylized owl head.
It's cool. Are you okay, friend?
When you talk, the way you moved your head and neck while talking, it mimicked perfectly, but no sound came from it.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Baka, what kind of weird fucked up magic is this?
I don't know. Let me find out. Do I need to make an Arcana check?
That depends. What are you trying to do?
Trying to find out what school of magic this is.
Sure.
If I know it. I may know this. Hold on, let me think about it.
Let's see. You rolled... Where'd it
16.
go? There it is. Okay, so you... Actually, where are you? Oh, you're far away from it. You have to be a bit closer to tell this type of magic.
Can I do it too? Cause
Yeah, if you want to. You can go make an Arcana check.
hell yeah,
There we go.
I know my shit.
This looks like some sort of, you feel a mixture of magic off of this, Baka. And Larian, you feel the same thing. You feel a heavy feeling of, I just had it, where did it go? Enchantment magic, followed by a bit of necromancy.
Ooh.
That look like a dead guy in there.
Peering between the owl's slits in its eyes where there'd normally be a head, you can definitely see the hollows of maybe a skull in there.
Yeah, that's a dead guy. That's a dead guy. And I just start walking away from it. That's a dead guy.
The way you swing your arms while backing up, it does the same.
I have a holy symbol. I'm gonna take that out, and I'm gonna like reach out and put my hand on its chest and just say like, "Rest, friend. It's over now."
The moment you put your hand on its chest before you even said anything, the armor literally just collapses at your feet.
What'd you do?
I touched it.
Well, do it to the other one.
That's yours. You gotta go touch it.
I don't want to touch it. It's a dead guy in there.
Just touch the armor. It's dirty, but it's fine.
No, you go touch it.
I'll walk up to it
I don't wanna
and I'll
touch
touch the armor.
And it falls apart the moment you do.
Good job, Sal.
That was some weird necromantic enchantment. Hey, let's not step on any more skulls.
Yeah, but why is this big battle here? This is so many. We need to go south. Where are y'all going?
South and west.
You guys proceed on south and west. And Richard, are you still flying?
Hell yeah.
How high are you flying?
Like a couple yards off the ground.
Above the trees? Or just near your party?
That's not a couple of yards. A couple of yards would be like.
Wait, I'm trying
Above
to
the bushes.
just let him
Like
answer.
above
Just
the-
let
okay.
him answer.
Like a couple yards above the party.
Okay, so you continue on with your party, just flying a bit above them, staying near, and you guys proceed south and west.
Being careful not to step in any more possible skulls.
No
Yeah, I'm not
accidental
stepping on
undead.
shit.
No accidental undead. I'm gonna put my holy symbol away.
You guys travel for about another 5 minutes until the water again starts to swell up around your shins and knees. Baka, you are again just knee deep in this muck water. Now potentially with dead bodies under you, as you hold your pot above you. You guys proceed
I hate it here.
for about 15 minutes after that.
I'm complaining the entire time.
Until you see the smoke rising above the trees. Very familiar to the inn you saw before.
Hell yeah, let's go, boys.
Continuing on in that direction.
Hell yeah.
Can I
Towards
tell,
the
like,
smoke.
what kind of or what time of day it is? Like, if I look at the sun, how much time would I estimate is left of sunlight?
How many suns are in the sky?
Yeah.
Very little. It seems to be getting, it's about to be dark here.
It looks like the sun's real low, big guy.
Sun's getting real low.
As you approach, you see the inn already in its motion of sitting down again until it's flat against the surface, or the land, flat against the land again.
Man,
And
we
you
got
approach it.
impeccable timing.
It might
Yeah,
just stop when people are nearby.
Maybe.
Hell yeah, get me out of this. Richard, get out of the way.
It sits just high enough to not be under the water.
Back.
Respect the monarch.
Fuck the monarch. I try and just barge my way in as Stu becomes fine.
Oh, hello there. You made it back. Excellent.
Hello. Where are you going, right?
I clicked the wrong button.
So, you're all okay still? You found my inn again.
Yes.
I take it you'll be staying now?
Yes.
Right. Well, what are you offering?
So I had a question about payment. I notice and I look around at the floors and stuff, and I'm guessing these holes in the floor are really there.
They're little cracks in the wood. They're not necessarily holes.
Like a fucking crack in the wood right here.
That
Alright,
looks like a big ass hole.
goddamn
Missing
hole.
Wait,
That's like a piece of but that's a piece of
That's
missing.
if I stepped the wrong way, my pocket is going down that hole.
Nah, that's just some missing paint. That's no big deal.
It's a floor.
Missing paint? Okay. Damn it. Well,
Some weathered ass wood.
I was gonna say,
That's where someone
wait,
peed.
what about services? Like I'm pretty good at repairing
Probably.
things.
Well, the inn could use a touch-up. If you go around mending up maybe a few planks and whatnot, that would count for you.
Yes.
What do you say to?
And I give him like finger guns. Pew, pew. Sounds good.
What do you say to a gold piece?
I'm afraid coin's not that useful here. Is there anything else you could offer? Any old thing will do, really.
And
I
I
got a-
back. I back.
I got
away.
a dagger.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh.
I give them a red lollipop too. That one's on the house.
They take the lollipop and
It's cherry flavored.
she sets it next to her book and just smiles at you. And she looks towards you, Richard. And wait, you didn't. Who did you say something, Richard, or was it Sal?
Yeah, I'm like, I got a dagger. You want that?
She looks at you and says, that a weapon is a bit odd, but it'll work, I suppose. Really, if any small trinket or... Sure, a dagger works from you. Thank you.
Perfect.
I pull the bishop chess piece out of my pack. And I say,
Oh no.
you ever play chess?
Oh, well, that's
You're
quaint.
giving away the dead kids thing?
That'll work perfect for
Like
you.
that.
Sal's not
my
a dead
God,
kid.
That's awful.
It's
Sal,
Sal's
you
now.
I have.
You traded for it. It says.
Yeah,
He owns
it's
it.
mine.
Rule of ownership says it's his.
Alright. Okay.
I'll buy another one from a different well.
And that
You
just
want-
leaves you, my friend. And she looks at you in the back, Larian.
Come on, offers or services or something. I'm sure there's
Yeah, do
something.
you need any like fires lit?
Well, no, not necessarily, but I suppose I had some stew on. If you wanted to help cook some dessert and whatnot, that would help. Can you cook?
I look really sad.
Yeah, I can cook a little bit.
Cooking
I'll
was an
I'll
option.
help make food.
Right. Well, in that case, that'll work for you. I assume you can serve the stew then, too, right?
Sure, I can serve it too.
I just look extremely distraught in the background.
Excellent.
I can switch with her, and I'll fix the floors, and she can cook.
In that case, I just need your names then. And she picks up her quill and aims it at her book.
My name is Snowdrop.
Snowdrop, okay.
Mine is Larry.
Larry, got it.
What was my name? Toad Hop.
Toad Hop.
Oh yeah, right. I had it in a room.
That sounds like a...
I don't know.
No, I won't judge. Toad Hop.
And I'm Richard D. Ross.
What does the D stand for?
Don't worry about it.
Dumbass.
And Richard D. Ross.
The Monarch King of the Witchlight Festival.
And I assume you're... Oh, royalty. Well, and she does a quick bow towards you. If I had known, I would have stood up to greet you, sir.
And this is Stovey, and they give Stovey a little pat.
Yes, I was going to say your golems are fine, as long as you keep them with you.
He can cook too.
I shouldn't be surprised, seeing as it's a stove. Quite odd that you came in sitting on top of it. You look like a cook.
I love cooking.
Well, I would have asked for your help, but I'm afraid this one's already helping. You have to take care of the floors. She motions towards the staircase and says,
He wanted. You missed what Larry said also.
Oh, what'd Larry say?
And she can cook, and I'll clean the floors or fix the floors instead.
Oh,
If that works for you, all the same.
all right. She looked like she had a bit of magic about her. I assume you do too?
I don't have magic, but I can do the same thing with my hands.
Oh. Well,
I can fix things.
as long as you're capable, sure. In that case, you can help me out. And she looks towards you, Baka. If you want to go ahead and get comfortable, your rooms are upstairs, just any of the doors, and the stew will be done cooking in about an hour. And if you'd like, you can come with me now to help prepare the rest. Snowdrop?
I just get
What
really
was her name?
excited.
Sue?
Her name is... Oh, I didn't add it
Come
in
on,
Foundry.
Stovey.
Hold on. It's right in front of me. Yeah, Sue. T-S-U. Harabex.
Sung Su.
Like
Oh, wait.
Shang Tsung.
Oh, you need. How long would it take to like demud Stovey? And me?
I don't know, maybe a few minutes.
A couple minutes. I gotta clean up.
Hey Sue.
If that's all right.
Sure. The end will be rising shortly, so make haste.
I just stick my head out the door and, like, I just leave the door open and I just sling the mud out. Yeah, it's just getting slung the hell out.
All right, and you start
using
slinging mud out.
Bold earth.
Richard walks to both doors. He opens and closes them like 2 or 3 times.
OCD.
Is Sal, you're talking to Sue. What do you say?
Yeah, I want to ask Sue. Hey, what kind of amenities you got in this joint? You got HBO, free Wi-Fi.
Well, I do
maybe
have
hot tub?
There's a resting room to your left, where you could sit by a fireplace and maybe read a few good stories in the library. To your right is the dining hall. That's where you'll come for stew if you wish to have some, with the kitchen next to it. The cellar's behind me where I keep some of my supplies. And upstairs is the living quarters.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna go read a book while I wait for the stew to be done.
I assume we're done.
I don't know, are you done?
Am I clean?
Oh, yeah. You're clean now.
No, I'm done.
Could you
Ready for that stew.
Could you shut the door behind you, please? Just telepathically close the door.
So where exactly?
I would have shut the door behind me. I didn't actually realize that it was open.
All right.
Which of these rooms here do you want me to try and patch up with force?
Well, I suppose it'd be better for guests if this room first. It's not very impressive having cracks and creaks in the floorboards.
All right.
Okay.
How bad does it look? Like, is it that bad in the picture?
Yeah, it looks about the picture.
Alright, that's not too bad. I'm gonna go to the door. Is it moving yet? The end?
You do feel it shaking. It is starting to stand up.
Okay, well, you said it was like walking slow though, so I can like follow alongside if I walk outside.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna just hop out real quick. And I'm gonna quick.
Do a little
start,
barrel
like,
roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna start collecting some like mud and like whatever dry foliage I can kind of get, and I'm gonna like bundle it up, and then I'm just gonna go back inside after I have like as much as I can carry. I'm gonna like cement patch it and then kind of just like cover it with some dry foliage. Use I have a dagger or something, or just a sword. Use my sword to smooth it out. You know, like a
Start making
trowel
some
thing.
sort of mixture to harden, hopefully,
Yeah,
and
like
cover the floor.
Yeah, just like a mud cement to fill the gaps, and then just cover it with some stuff from outside.
All right. So you start going into constructor mode, and you start trying to do these repairs. Sal, you head into the study and just start reading a good book, just getting comfortable. Baka, she motions for you to head towards the kitchen where you are from where you are now. And Richard, what are you doing?
Where's the
Flying
kitchen?
around.
Just flying around.
Is this the kitchen?
Yeah, she motions you to go through that door in the next.
Also, anything that might have like stood out as like even somewhat a different color than like the rest of the swamp
Oh,
green,
I just
I
shut the
grabbed
door.
that too to like throw some extra color in there
All right.
into my patch job.
I'm sure she told me how to get in there. Hold on, I'm having problems with the fucking Stovey. Hold on.
Go behind here, get some of this stuff.
Okay, there we go. Stovey can be in the corner or whatever. Oh, there's a stew. Never mind. I go
So
over to-
you
Actually, while
Go
she's
ahead.
gone, I'm gonna just peek behind this door real quick, and
I
is this
can't.
locked?
try to open it.
I'm here. I'm at the stew. It's fine.
It appears to be locked.
Yeah. If you click it and it's not opening, it seems that door is locked.
I continue
it.
to patch
Oh,
the
shit.
floor.
All right. So you all are doing your respective jobs, or just relaxing, or just flying in circles in the lobby until you lose your flight ability once again. But that is where we are going to call it for the evening.
It's right past 12.
Yep, it is just a little bit past. You helped Sir TAVALAR tonight. Look at y'all. All at once, too. Very nice. And Jingle Jangle, technically. Yeah,
Hopefully.
good talk. All right, cool. So, if
We did it, guys. We're so good at this.
you avoided a fight too. There was going to be a fight tonight, but Sal solved the riddle of the mud methods in time.
You bastard.
Fucking genius.
Well, what about the serpents? Were they gonna fight us?
If you guys had tried to scale the tower, you would have had to do something with the serpents. It might not have ended in a fight, but the potential was definitely there. Fortunately, your power of flight let you skip that entire ordeal, so you just flew right over it instead.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was fucking slithering to him.
I was about to see if I could light the brambles on fire and just burn them.
That would have been an immediate fight.
Yes, I was.
He said there were
thinking
serpents in the brambles. I was like, oh, that's a bad idea.
I was thinking of using my flame blade and just like chopping shit down like immediately.
Might have gone a little bit better than me just torching the place.
Yeah, and just here, just to show y'all real quick. Where is it? I'm gonna put a tree out here. You guys see the tree on the front page right now moving around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where is it? So that tree is that's about as big as y'all. It's a 5-foot spot.
Saying.
Yeah, I just ate too quick. You're just chugging down water. Ah, both of them. Jesus Christ. All right. Do you see this now?
Oh God.
So that is what you would have fought. That is called a giant constrictor snake.
Damn, we should have seen that. I would have been able to turn into that. That'd been cool.
They do a lot of damage. It would have been rough if you had fought them. 2 of them actually. But
We should have still looked for the brambles. Maybe we could have like spotted them sleeping in one.
that's true, y'all. But no, Richard opted for the let's skip over everything and just grab the guy. So we did that
Fuck all your
instead.
hard work, Jamie. We're skipping this shit.
Exactly. Fuck all your
Fuck it indeed. What are you gonna do?
Look at that face.
All right, but unless y'all got anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and get us out of here. Any final thoughts, shout outs, announcements, anything y'all want to say? All right.
Have you heard of the award-winning MMORPG Final Fantasy?
Thank you,
III?
everybody, for watching
Online,
tonight.
a
This has
Realm
been
Reborn.
another D&D session of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, done by Cloak and Stagger. That's the Twitch channel, stream on, and YouTube channel I upload to. We do this every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. Central, depending. We have another campaign we do on Mondays, Descent into Avernus, that's almost over. We've been doing that for 2 years, on and off. And they're about wrapped up. They're about to figure out what's
It's been
going
2
on with
years
Zoriel.
already?
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been doing it for a while, man.
Holy shit.
But that's still going on for now, 8 p.m. Central on our Twitch channel or YouTube channel. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
The doggy? I don't see the doggy. I knew they were fine. She's over here. We goes over here palming. All right, cut it out. Stop. Oh.